Okay, good. Everyone's in the right spot. I did it right this time. Welcome to Biscuit Tin RPG,
Woo!
everyone. We have a late start today. Chances are we're probably only going to end at the normal time, just because we all have lives and stuff to do. That being said, if you want to support the channel, please support through Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi, as they decided to come out and say that it is, and I find it disheartening. But also go check out my wares at Ko-Fi.com, and there's a lot of free stuff. Also, if you don't do that, there's quite a few of them also on Drive Through RPG, Biscuit Tin RPG, all the socials, all the stuff. I will be releasing some new updates on where we are with the first gate and its release into the public. And then also shortly after that, I will begin working on the supplement to the first gate, which will kind of tie off some of the loose ends, things that were vaguely alluded to in the book, but with no explanation, which we will not give you any explanation until we finish the second book. So there's that. Anyway, without further ado, Mike, I hand the reins over to you till we can figure out what the hell we've gotten ourselves into.
Thanks, John. Let's bring us back to the crowd of just kidding. So let's go ahead and jump right back into State Illumination, back into the world of Anzoria, where we find the Sand Swimmers finally accomplishing a major obstacle and avoiding complete and utter destruction down in this very ridiculous basement full of crab monsters. I'll go ahead and begin what happened last week with our fair intrepid heroes. So on session 72, surviving the barrage of arcane bolts, Tav and Ox surged forward, followed by Sphere of Darkness and Fireball combination by Bram and Tav, forced their way through the clockwork suppressor that guarded their objective. Below, Sterling and his crew were not finding much success. Between the horde mimics and larger cave fissures, they were forced to split with Menace and Silver, seeking aid, and Sterling returning through the way they came. Finding the surface team mopping up, Menace chose to chase the last Apex Hunter, Survivor, while Silver rallied the rest to head down below. After feeding the hunters, Ox and Tav momentarily met with the head of this pallid emissary cult of excess. His name was Lucra, an Earth Ganassi. He warned of the triggered defenses in the basement below and gave Ox his pendant, which required its pieces placed on altars throughout the place. Returning to the basement with large crabs, they too engaged with the evasive and annoying foes. Before they arrived, however, Sterling called for Godolina to come help and discovered that Mace may be in trouble, as a sudden mob of locals had appeared. Assuming this was connected to the group's cult magnet, he furiously returned into the sewers to find Ox and demand he deal with his mob of misfits. At first, the party believed they could complete the task of calming the Vault's defenders until Ox came face to face to a behemoth that some would probably never consider a cave fisher no more. Realizing that their folly, and confronting the steaming Sterling, they left for the surface with haste, finding Ox's followers, Godolina, Menace, and a captured hunter, unscathed. Understanding the misunderstanding. Can't believe I wrote that.
I love it. I'm here for it.
That was terrible. And the rudeness of Menace, Sterling finally had a lead to finding his friend, Biz. So, session 73 today, y'all. It is 3 in the morning in game. Still current 15th of Bursan. It is a pleasant, calm night in the early twilight of today. You are all standing outside with the mob of people. Ox, you are currently addressing them, speaking upon them, seeing that all of them are okay, just a little bit roughened up, but all gaze at you with profound, what's the word? It's not just admiration. It's sort of waiting for you to do something, for you to enact, to even just utter a word of comfort to these people who view you as someone special, as someone who can guide them somewhere or to something. Tav, you address your companions, Vosu and Steven. Steven, I don't know, maybe it's the first time, and maybe the moonlight's just really bright today, but Steven has a lot of scars on him. And you go over there and you help patch him up as you witness his regeneration continue to heal his wounds. Bosu sort of twisted her wrist a little bit, so she's wrapping it right now. Sterling Menace is he's down. You see that he is like very damaged, and you can tell that him and Godolina sort of scrapped it for a moment. Godolina is right next to him with the prisoner, I guess, yeah, the Apex Hunter in tow. His helmet has been taken off. He looks like a young man, a very young man, probably honestly early 20s, if not maybe in his teens, still like late teens. Um, definitely missing a lot of teeth. Nose is completely broken in. But he is subdued. He is still breathing, so he's probably just unconscious. He has already been bound by Godolina, and like I said, Godolina is standing over him. Menace is sort of just staring at Godolina. There's a little tension, but Godolina obviously doesn't see Menace as a threat, so she just looks at you, Sterling, and says, "Okay, that was crazy. That was so. How did everything go down in the basement?"
A lot of crab things down there.
Hmm.
The there's a mimic. We killed it. We went to a different room. There's all the crab things. We immediately started running. I couldn't. They teleported away. I couldn't go with them, so I ran a different direction. But Silver thought I died. So that's what the whole commotion was about. I didn't want anyone to run down there because it's dangerous. But there's the Onzors down there, but we need to put the crystal in different spots to make the things not attack us. But
She sort of gestures behind you as the Earth Ganassi man in the wheelchair, named known as Lucra, head of the Paladin Emissaries, is outside the front door with his followers, along with Faintha, the Eldrin woman, pushing him in his wheelchair. Godolina looks at you and says, I think probably speaking to him would advance that endeavor of ours. I'm going to keep a hold of him just because I think Mez just seems like he's just going to run away with your prisoner here. And Maz just continues to glare at Godolina. Unless you don't want me to interfere, Sterling, I can just let you and Menace deal with this. Try to turn over a new leaf these days.
I would like to talk to Menace if I can. In private.
Of course. Menace is just struggles to stand up, continues to stare at Godolina, and looks at you and says, "We're wasting time, Sterling. Can we get to the interrogation right away, or?"
Well, he's unconscious, so no. But
You see him already like preparing some sort of spell in his fingers. It's not good. It won't take me long.
I think we should all get a little rest. Of course, cool our heads a little bit. We had a big night. We gotta. I don't like how you're treating Godolina and my friends. They aren't. I know you don't have much connection to them, but they aren't just stepping stones to getting what you want.
Blankly staring back at you as two warriors have this conversation. He responds saying, I understand. I will await until you and your companions are ready. Turns abruptly to stare at Godolina, but then walks away to leave everyone alone. Like
I'm gonna,
puppets.
I'm gonna put a hand up to all of the people in the cult and be like, "We'll be right." Damn it, wrong voice. I'll be right back. And I walk over to Sterling and I'm like, "So, I'm just gonna say this, and you can take it however you want, but he's acting an awful lot like what are they called? The Thunderbolt crew. Very, we're all flesh bags and we don't matter. So I don't know. That just seemed odd to me.
He just wants to get the mission done, and
Yeah, well,
that's
like,
more of a Ferris thing. He wants to do it, and he wants to do it without. He wants to do it as quickly as possible, as efficiently. He's just the no. He's not a pupil. I can.
I get it. I'm worried about your friend and the path that he's taking.
Well, if he does end up doing something bad for us, we'll deal with it as it happens. I don't.
I am going to tell you this, Sterling, as your friend. If he starts doing anything that puts our party in jeopardy, you may not get the chance.
I don't. It's not fair.
I'm
We've
just
put ourselves
telling
in
you.
more. You've put me in more danger than I could imagine.
Look,
And
I
I
didn't.
have not.
Okay, I put you in danger. Who chose to run downstairs?
I went down there because that's where the mission is. That's where I need to go. You were the one that was like, no, we got to go fight them all.
I didn't. That's not why I went in there. I went in there
If I
because there were
if you went
innocents
down
being
there with
slaughtered.
me, okay. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Ox. This mission isn't about the people in here. It's not about the innocents. That's why I didn't come up here because I wanted to save the people here. I went here because I wanted to save my friend.
Et tu, Brutus? Sorry, I couldn't not.
So, sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
No, I go, I understand. I get your mission and what you need to do, but I will not turn my back on innocents being slaughtered. That's all I'm
I
going to
need-
say on the matter.
I need everyone besides Ox to make
Great.
intelligence check.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, I won. So I 2.
Was that a
Nice.
slight at
So
my
fine.
intelligence, Mike?
No. This is not. I'm gonna reserve that for later.
Fair.
Anyways, intelligence checks from everybody. That includes me. Fuck.
Okay. Ooh, Stephen got 18. So-
Nice. Good for Stephen.
Pull up the sheets. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Tell me
Um,
about it. Bram got a big old 11.
8. Okay.
The DC is 16. So just to keep it easy for everybody right now, because I got
I see your bullshit,
Rakita.
Mike.
What bullshit?
I just looked in Discord.
What I'm rolling. What?
No,
What bullshit?
the thing you popped in there a few minutes ago.
thing I popped-
Oxys
Wow,
sounded like
okay.
a cult leader right now.
Oh, Discord. Yeah. I don't like the way he's talking about. All right. Wait, Brikita, intelligence 18 for Brikita. Okay. So who passed with a 16 or more?
Stephen.
Yeah, Menace got a 21
Stephen.
and silver crit, so
Oh wow. What about you?
I got a 5.
Oh. Wow. Okay. What did you get to have? Nothing.
1 plus
that's
1.
right.
So 2.
All right. The two people I sort of really wanted to see this, but okay. So for those that saw, can you hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, cool. Fucking neighbors is mowing.
Oh, okay.
Getting really close, and I'm about to go outside. Like, stop this. Just for a moment.
I'm trying to run a D&D game. Fuck
I'm trying
off.
to play a game here. So for those that passed, everyone still sees this shroud, this feathery shroud with a condor or vulture-like skull that is, it appears to just sort of be growing above Ox. It looms over him as if it's protecting him. Its wings slowly from time to time move in a wide sort of area. You now all see the same tattoo color or same tattoo appear on now the center of this skull. And all of the followers behind Ox all sort of straighten their backs and their eyes glow with this sort of fiery cerulean light. Only on one eye, it's their right eye. So it's this image of just these silhouettes of 80 people behind Ox with this shrouded condor entity, and all you see is just these blue flaming eyes behind him. Those people see that. The rest of you just feel this overwhelming sense of layers. You feel pressure, I should say, but you don't quite see anything behind this condor sort of vulture being. And it's really, not only do you see these things, or these people see these things, it's really every time Ox sort of gets these little bouts of, that doesn't sound righteous at all. What do you mean the status quo has changed? There's something, definitely Ox is influencing whatever this thing is that only you all can see. And for those that passed, they intuitively believe that sort of that thing is also Ox, like part of Ox. It's like part of Ox is leaving Ox. It's hard for them, especially Steven. This is Steven, and says like, Ox times 2, but Ox 2 is weird. Ox 2 is Mom doesn't look like she knows. Voicy definitely doesn't look like she knows. Sterling doesn't even know. Sterling doesn't even know. It's confused now. That's what you guys see. That's what you all see. Continue. Sorry. Lucra behind the Earth Ganassi man of the Paladin says, yes, I would like to thank you all for helping my people, my community. But also, I have questions. Many. Like, who were those people? Why did they cause such destruction to my place?
I just look at Sterling and go, this was your mission.
You see Godolina just
Was
stop.
those people were Imperials, and they came here to take all the Onzor that you have in your basement.
The mage consorts. Yes, we have been doing business with them. May I ask, are they okay? Is Mad Patty and her ilk fine?
No, I mean Mad Patty's fine, but most of them are gone.
Understood. Well, it is their property, so I do not know if she gave you them, but we can hold on to them for you if you want. They are quite big, so. So who are these people, these armed men with clockwork machineries? Who are they?
They are. Oh, okay. They are here for the Onzor because they are making a machine that requires a lot of power, and they were trading for it with the mages originally, and then today they backstabbed them because they wanted to get the rest for free. Which happened at the trading place, and then they teleported here using a spell and raided the place to get more, and then we followed them because we were trying to stop them.
Will they come back here because of the Onzor?
Possibly.
Well, now that we know what to expect, it's already proven that my defenses in my basement is more than enough to handle anything.
Yeah,
I think. So he extends his hand towards you, Ox, looking for the key or the pendant that he gave you. If you may, I would like my pendant returned.
I just look at Sterling questioningly, like, do you just want to leave the Onzor here in their care, or?
We owe you a great debt, so we will hold on to the Onzor for you at your leisure.
It is much more safe in their hands than ours.
Very well.
Gonna be able to, those defenses aren't gonna compare to anything we can do.
Now, I would still like to reward you, as I am a man of my word and a generous man at that. But also, I ask something else in exchange as well. If you could offer some sort of security measure until you can deal with this group from my institution, my family, I would much appreciate it.
There's a part of me as a player that's like, I've got a whole bunch of people, but I
I mean,
don't know if they can do that.
you also have other companions, also. What I'm
That's
Yeah,
saying.
true.
okay.
That's true.
The people outside are normal people.
It's true. I hand back the amulet or whatever, and I just look at the Tav and Sterling. I'm like, I mean, I've got a couple that are itching to prove themselves.
Yeah, I can send Gibby here too. He probably enjoy this.
I have a
There
few
are a
people.
lot of beautiful, horny people here. There's like
Yeah.
100. There's like 100 people in the doorway, like behind Lucra, half
Do they
naked,
have to
some
be
fully
here,
naked.
Rox?
Do what?
Does your quote have to be here still, or could you send them away? I feel like they're
Why so judgy?
Oh,
all
They're
right. We're having
here
this
right now
conversation
because
about.
I'm about to go talk to them. We're trying to finish up the
All
business.
right,
Okay,
I
I
can
just
send
turn
some
around.
people here. I don't
I
want the
will meet
Anzo to
you all at
go.
the end of the bridge here in 15 minutes. Please wait on the other side.
I'm just saying we have a conversation about how dangerous these people are, and they're gonna come probably try and get this again. Should be. Those are just normal people. They won't. If
That
there are any people,
well, no, I'm not talking about them. I was talking about uh, Kumal and Narzan, and I don't think Ismati is really gonna dig a post here. It doesn't seem like her jam, but I'll ask her.
you definitely send put Gassan here. I'll maybe arrest this too. It depends. There's some stuff I want him to kind of look into for me, but we can definitely put people on post here. I don't want the Onzor getting into their hands as much as you do. So
Ooh, Mike, did Bram and Barkita roll for that entire
Uh
team?
oh yeah, Barkita is the one that saw.
Okay,
So I'm sorry, but she's keeping it to herself because she
gotcha.
doesn't. She's like, so she's like in a stunned state right now.
Wonderful.
Complete shock. Complete shock. Lucra, the Earth Ganassi man, says, "We will keep your slaps as I promise, and I of course would like to reward you personally, specifically direct from my own personal treasure hoard." He snaps his fingers, and behind a beautiful half orc woman, a beautiful half orc woman, brings to him a obsidian suitcase. It's a case of sorts. It's not like a full suitcase. It's like
It's a
the
fancy
size that
cake.
would it's like the size that would hold like a handgun, right? It's like a small case,
Mhm.
made
So
of pure obsidian with a handle. What's
a
up?
briefcase of obsidian.
Sure. I didn't really want to say it because I was thinking, yeah. Anyways,
All good.
and she brings it to him. He presents it to you and opens it. And inside are these beautiful master crafted Damascus dark steel colored crossbow bolts. He tells you, and there's 10 of them. He tells you that these are called stone curse bolts. Very rare, very hard to make. These bolts have the ability, as he gives it to whoever, he's going to give it to the party. And if you look on D&D Beyond, it's called stone curse bolts. These are bolts that, when landing on a target, will begin to petrify them. And if they are not strong of will, they will become petrified, luckily enough. Quite rare. Please, have these.
I just look at Sterling and Tav. I'm like, I am not a bolt wielder.
I have a
Definitely put these.
Any crossbow. So it can be hand crossbow, because when they look like darts, but I will tell you right now they are magic. So if you have a crossbow, it will increase to the direct per exact size to fit your crossbow.
Ooh,
It's a,
fancy.
it's a, it's a
Good
magical. It's
crossbow.
a magical item. Let's go.
I could definitely use these.
You can have my hand crossbow if you want, Sterling, and use them. I
There
don't
are-
think I want to turn people to stone.
There are 10. So
Yeah, I'll take them. Uh,
Paint the elder woman's just like, well, I don't know what you are doing with all the Hanzor, but if you need help selling them, I can help you. I can easily get you roughly between 50 to 75,000 per slab.
Ox doesn't really look up from that. He's like, as long as it doesn't go to the Imperial Divisio.
like, be careful on whose hands it goes into.
Of course. We don't typically trade with the Empire very much for obvious reasons. The world hates them.
backstabbing bastards.
Yeah, they're the vilest, most corrupt nation in the world.
Hey.
So saith cult members.
So,
Fucking cults.
is there anything else that you? So, are you guys leaving people over here?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if Ismadia would even want to because of her personality, but I will offer it to Kumal and Narzan
Okay.
because they've been through a lot. They deserve kind of a staycation, as it were.
Okay. I guess you guys will have a better decision once you talk with everybody.
Mhm.
Not to mention probably what comes next after, excuse me, the interrogation with this captured hunter. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk to with Lucra and the Pallet emissaries here?
Yeah, it was about those that guild, those thieves. I always forget what they're called.
Lucra says, yes, the Salival, I believe,
Salival.
was mentioned. I believe we know of the Salival. Salival is the largest criminal organization in the city, though they're also quite the most elusive. We know they deal in gambling, smuggling, trafficking, but specifically information gathering. The thing about the Salival is that it's hard to find which is a true member, which one is just a spy. But I will have my best, as he gestures towards Feintha behind him. Says, I will have Feintha go and make investigations with our contacts in the city, and I will go ahead and flex some of my leverage for your sakes. Once again, in gratitude for saving my institution, my family here. Now, through this entire conversation, as everyone's on looking between you conversing with the Pallet emissaries, Tav and Sterling, your passive insights are high enough to sense that Godolina has been really eyeing down Lucra. Like she is measuring, investigating, sort of reading him intently, as if she sees something about this person that is off. Maybe a security measure, or maybe just something curious. Who's to say? Godolina has changed completely now that she is truly a celestial. Her abilities and traits, you can only imagine what she's more capable of now, especially with her memories returned. She grips her longsword, and you can feel the warmth emanating from, or resonating from it, as she is intently reading Lucra. And with your passive insights, you both can also sense something off about this. And for you, Sterling, since you have insight 17, yes? Passive insight?
Yeah.
So you may or may not have, but you've heard stories. The Warforged of the Cyber Sanctum is bordered to a once duchy of the Empire that seceded and became its own country, now what is called the Principality of Ducient. Principality is ruled by a prince and its family, but there have been a lot of speculation in the sort of special ops or black ops intelligence industry, which you are definitely a part of an organization, or actually a massive institution that basically has been charged with protecting and also establishing the nation as a whole. Some believe that it is a secret organization of sorts. but they all just know it as the Overhand. Now, for you specifically, since the Warforged are a little bit more technical, have a lot more access to magical technologies, and also because they're clockwork and Warforges, they don't need to sleep or eat. So reconnaissance missions is very easy for the Cyber Sanctum. It is believed that the Overhand is an entire organization established by changelings, an entire organization of spies comprised of all changelings. You have received basic training on sensing most enemies as a Ferris Errant. You don't know if it's a changeling or if it's some sort of magic or illusion, but there's something off about Lucra, Faintha, and all of the people that comprise the Pallid Emissaries. And it's now coming to realize, with now your obstacle over, somewhat completed, you have a better sense back to reality. So Lucra tells you, Tav, that Faintha will most likely have some information for you by the end of the day today, since it's early in the morning, like 3 in the morning. So in terms of the Solival, there's no known location, but he will go ahead and press some of his contacts, pressure them into giving him some information about the Solival.
Nice. Nice. Thank you.
Of course.
Should we go get our people and set them up?
Yeah, I'll meet you all back at your boat. I've got to have a conversation.
Oh yeah, with the cult, of course.
So as you're all making your way away from the party, Lucra and his ilk, as they walk away, Godeline is the last to leave, and she approaches Lucra and says, "Gratitude for you and the traveler." She bows her head and then walks with you all. Starting when she says that, you now realize, like, shit. Maybe. Because the traveler in my world is the god, the sort of the progenitor god of the changeling people. So they're like their number one deity. And the traveler in my world is the god of chaos and change. So changelings, traveler, it's never a good story. So a now new element to your already hard and arduous journey. Be it evil or be it a boon or a curse, it's up to you how you can use it.
I mean, with our track
Yes.
record, it's probably a curse.
You mean your track record?
What are you? What? I've had nothing but good things.
Yeah,
So the 80,
about
the 80
that.
people look on to you and they say, "Azure Flame, what do you have us to do now? You come at your word, but we feel that we have come out of this empty-handed."
Yes, so things did not go as planned, and here's the thing.
We have failed you. And they all get on their knees.
No,
By the Almighty Flame, we deserve punishment.
your punishment can be to do better.
That is quite the punishment indeed, as they all sort of stand up slowly, realizing that is such an arduous task. Well, philosophically and physically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're into the philosophy of the player, so this is gonna be awkward for everybody. So here's the deal: I am gonna go on a sojourn to figure out where all of this began, and in the meantime, I need you all to do your best to protect those who are in need. You are not to be the aggressors, however, you can defend yourself. One simple rule is do unto others as long as it does not harm, except in self-defense, and help those in need. Basically, don't be a dick.
There's muttered whispers of course. It's common sense, yes.
Yes. I would urge you all to find ways to defend yourselves should anything arise. That does not mean go out of your way and start fights. It means seek out training from masters all around the world.
You heard hush whispers of the sanctity of the Azure Flame must always be protected, of course.
and we need to find a better way to communicate with one another.
One of them, an elderly man, gnome, has a little sort of cone-like hat, very stereotypical.
Oh, garden
Rises,
variety.
yeah, the desert garden variety. Pops his small hat above the crowd. Most of them are still kneeling, so he can sort of stand out. Anyways, regardless, pops his head up. He makes a statement to you, and he says, "O prophet of the Azure Flame, your edicts we understand, but we all just want to know: can you truly take us to that place? Can the fire really take us away from our burdens to the place where we all belong?" And everyone says, "To the place where we all belong."
And I just go, as you know, flames are unpredictable and there is a long winding journey. Ultimately, as long as you follow the path, you will all end up where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Mike. I gotta get out of the downtime chat channel.
I don't even know why we're in a downtime chat. Anyways,
Fuck.
so that's what he says. Oh, okay. That's what you say now.
Yeah.
The gnomish man slowly bows his head up and down and says, "Very well, O great prophet." You begin to hear some murmur say, "Where do we gather? Is there a place where we can gather and worship in our own
There
peace?"
is a city that, should you help them rebuild. Yeah, I'm doing it. They're very likely to allow you a temple of your own.
I was really hoping you were going to use this cult to make our dream, our gambling boat casino, but okay.
Oh no. That's part of it.
Oh,
They have
is
to
this
find
part
a
of
way
this?
to get over there. Yeah,
It's a
this is
perk. It's just
yeah. I'm
this is
worried.
the main-
This is the long game, Mike.
Sure. As long as it ends with a gambling boat casino,
Yes. So
it's a dojo.
yeah. So you have to find your way across the sea to the city of Macerna and help them rebuild the city which was destroyed. In that city, there are many folk that you can help and will help you in return. They can train you in ways that you wish to be trained, but take nothing for free, but give freely.
The gnomish man's eyes illuminate with bright cerulean blue light, and now both eyes are now flamed, and all the people around like he's being blessed, and they all start surrounding him too. And the gnome's just like, "We have been given an edict by the great prophet of the Azure Flame. We sail across the sea to a city that needs our help. We will build a great brazier, and we will offer ourselves to the blue flame."
I hope that's a metaphor, not literal, because we don't do sacrifices.
No,
here.
we will be conducting humanitarian services.
Fantastic. I just wanted to make
As
sure
it's
that
your
there was
way.
no miscommunication there. That is horrible.
Not very much so. As at your discretion, O great prophet.
All right. I release you to fulfill your edict.
As soon as that, no,
Oh
You need to keep
no. I'm doing my
backstage.
best, you guys.
this backstage talk is killing us. As soon as the gathering of people begin to make their way across the land bridge, Gonalina approaches them first and just simply glares at them and says, "Though I am not a member of this grand scheme of yours, I do want to remind you all that I am the caretaker of Macerna." And she just gives them a very sinister smile, and the cult, in unison, turns to you real quick, and then turns at Godalina, and they all bow their head. And the gnome rises once again. Of course, the great enforcer, an ally to the great flame. Why would we even attempt such things, such follies? Your words, Madam Warrior.
I just
And
like-
leading the entourage of 80 people is this gnome with now a glowing top hat and fiery blue eyes.
I just like after they're out of earshot, I just turned to Godolina and said, "I thought you weren't gonna help."
Caroline says, I didn't intend for them to turn that against me. Regardless, Ox, and she takes a more serious stance towards you. I am keeping an eye on them.
That's
We
fine.
need to figure this out because I do not feel comfortable with this gathering of people who are being influenced by an unknown source. It is not right.
They seem to have free will.
At what cost? What were they promised? Do you even know? What did he mean by to another place, Ox?
Look, I need to go talk to Dagny as soon as we're done here. That's basically what this needs to happen.
Dagny is this
She was
she
my
raised you.
mentor, yes.
a mentor. Not too far away from Macerna, correct?
I believe it's like 3 or 4 weeks.
Just past the southern dunes.
Yes.
You see her start floating up into the air. I will meet you back at the ships. And she flies.
She's still super unsettling to Ox. Like, she used to be such a nice lady. Now
Thank
she's
you.
just very sinister. I mean, it
Thank
was
you.
really our own fault. This is our burden to bear.
In a way, yeah.
And I'm
Just a
doing-
little bit.
I'm
Not
so
completely.
doing my best to be a good guy. Everything is crumbling around me.
What do you mean? It's just getting brighter, man. What are you
Look,
talking
Oh
about?
god.
Look,
The
I
light is
know
getting
that
brighter.
There is no such thing as a free lunch.
That, my friend, is true in my world as well.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the boat, and I guess I'll probably be there right after they are. So
So, did anyone else want to do? It's 3 a.m. Did anyone want to have any conversations before we make it to the boat, or did you want to have a conversation on the boat before we get started?
I guess we can talk on the way back to the boat if you guys want to.
Sure, yeah, whatever you guys want.
So, what'd you tell the cult?
I told them that there's a city in need of rebuilding. And I
So
told them,
you sent it to Macerna.
To our home.
hey, what better
Actually,
place
those
to
are
keep an
people,
eye on
right?
them? Look,
We're
I
not
told
there at that. Well,
look,
still, yeah.
I told them that they're not to do harm to others. They can defend themselves, but not be the initiators of an aggressive act. I said that they need to help the people, give freely, but take nothing for free. You know, and
Okay.
basically don't be a dick.
Let's not worry about what they do there. Those are people, right?
Yeah, they're people that are going to help the people.
But they're people's lives other than this cult. They have families somewhere. And now they're going to Macerna?
Variety is the spice of life. Who knows? Maybe they'll find their ultimate destiny and they'll write to their families and be like, it's beautiful here.
How are they even gonna get there?
I left that up to their discretion. But
Oh god.
no, it still has to fall under the other 2 things that I said. They can't steal, cheat, or kill.
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
I mean, hell,
I-
maybe they'll learn that they have some carpenters in there and they build their own boat. That'd be pretty cool.
And they all die at sea. Okay.
You're
Yeah,
a
great.
glass half empty sort of gal, aren't you?
Well, let's be
sometimes.
fair, we almost died at sea once, so it's not completely unreasonable.
Fair. Yeah, we almost did.
And that
Let
was
the guy can't see in the dark start the boat.
Yeah, to be fair, none of us had any right to be steering that boat.
yeah. Bad decision that led to more bad decisions. So that's great.
Yeah, and see, I'm not even going to point out why we were the ones steering that boat. I just smile at
Oh
Sterling.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's why.
This group has just had a history of betrayal. Bloody
I didn't
history. of
betray
betrayal.
anyone. Alright.
Oh,
That
I
wasn't
wasn't
betrayal.
actually
That was
missed.
well, that guy.
You want to
Okay,
talk about
let's start with
betrayal? We can talk about Ox killing a Warforged who was tied up.
Mm,
He was
mm.
captured that
Yeah.
we're supposed to give information to us, but then we just killed him because he's like, oh, it must be an enemy.
Or just any people that you've killed.
I mean,
So
Anyways.
many
I
people.
Not all
will
of
I
them.
will admit that was Ox being reckless, but that was also me as the player not realizing that wasn't a bad guy.
Oh, that is also true.
Just ran up the band.
Yeah,
What
those
was
just-
just chopped head off.
Yeah.
But
What's
Still
in the
felt
moment?
betrayal to me, but-
The moment.
Yeah.
Oh no, the war for it.
I made mistakes as a player. I made big mistakes, and
Alright.
I own those in character.
Somehow I just feel like it's just not still. I see it, but I just
I'm just
it's not
doing
resonating enough.
I'm just doing my best, you guys.
I feel like you're just piling it under the rug. Save it for later.
With the rest of the Ox's trauma, yeah, absolutely.
Oh boy.
just
So-
make a joke out of it. And
Yeah,
it will
well.
go away eventually.
And then it comes back. So you guys get back to the boat? Yeah, you get back to the boat.
Yeah.
Everyone has returned. George and the rest that stayed behind are fast asleep. It's just pretty much Givy and Verkati that are awake. Givy mostly because him and Verkati are sort of friends. Which you've now discovered. They share a interest in history.
Oh,
And
that's
so
neat.
being here, you actually hear them talking about the architecture here. It is quite grandiose. So they're actually talking about that because there's actually, as you come across them, they're talking about how the moonlight actually creates a mirror light network throughout the city, creating natural lanterns throughout city streets using direct moonlight when it's perfect out. So the entire city streets, you notice, they're actually quite they're illuminated to sort of shadier degree. But it's just enough light for you to not hurt your eyes when you transition from light to darkness. So yeah, that's what they're talking about.
I realize the irony of this statement, but nerds.
Yeah,
Not
much.
Well, I'm not gonna wake anybody up.
D&D.
So get back to the boat. What do you guys want to do? You guys take a long rest? Short rest? Short rest? Everyone take a short rest?
I'm
What?
gonna take a long rest. I have no reason to be up early in the morning.
Long
Or if
rest
I
is
do,
what
I'm
the-
immediately gonna go back to sleep and finish my long rest.
Do you think I want to have a chat with Ox privately before we go to bed?
Oh boy.
It
Takes more than one for an intervention, Sterling.
I wish it was that. Boy,
All right.
I just wanted to talk. I have a few things I wanted to ask about.
Sure.
It's me and Tab. We're not, oblivious. We can see that she didn't just decide to join the crew.
Uh-huh.
So you two are, getting married?
I am proving my worth to not only Bram, but her father. Yes.
Have you told her yet about?
She has been in the conversations and she's been interested for quite a while. I, however, have had a long rash of unfortunate incidents involving love interests, shall we say. So I avoided it.
Right. What about your tattoo? You told her about that?
She has not asked.
I think it.
I mean,
Something she
absolutely,
needs
it will
to
come
know
up, but
about.
that's not just something you throw at somebody as a random
just-
conversation.
If you plan on getting married, I think you should know that you're planning on leaving eventually.
I may not leave.
You aren't planning on leaving?
I mean, for so long in my life, I thought about going home, but I've lived here for so long that my home seems alien to me. I mean, yes, maybe to visit, because I can find where the doorway is to my home. It's just currently right now I can't use it.
Okay. Well, I feel like I should ask about that. Just considering she's gonna be part of. I'm assuming you're bringing her on with us on our missions, and feels important to. That maybe should be a conversation with her that you have in private, but I guess it's not my business.
How very human of you, Sterling.
Thanks.
You're welcome. That is a compliment.
Okay. Yeah. You don't really. You usually say quite the opposite, so I kind of took it as one.
Yeah, well, this is less jovial and more a serious conversation, so I will speak seriously.
Okay. And secondly, I know that you and Silver talked
About.
about the paw, the hand of darkness, or whatever it's called. I still think it's a bad idea. It doesn't. I know this on me isn't a good look, and it's not a great idea to have it with me. I don't want us risking our lives just because I made a mistake. And I know she thinks that she has something to. She should risk her life to help me, but I made this choice, and I don't think we don't even know what the thing does. So I don't even know if we're going to pursue it in any way. We need to think about learning more about it rather than just.
So, here's my take on it, all right? I was completely willing to give up on it because it is what it is, right? It's a powerful artifact, can potentially be dangerous in the wrong hands. Um, However, when it comes to saving my friends, I will do what is necessary. I will not put you or your friends in danger, so if it needs to be something where I have to do it, I will do it. I understand your misgivings about putting Silver in danger, but you cannot take away her agency. She wants to help you, Sterling, and as foolhardy as that is for anybody honestly trying to help us in general, their hearts are in the right place.
That. Just
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I told I told Silver that I would consider going and trying to find this artifact. And if we all go and indeed do try to locate this powerful item, and it turns out that it is more trouble than it's worth, or too dangerous to be of this world, we will get rid of it ourselves. Or put it in a place more secure.
well,
Especially if it has no point in helping you. It will be a means to an end, and then it will be forever sealed away from people.
I just don't know with these like crazy powerful artifacts that can do world changing things. I don't know how much locking up there is can do with them.
Okay, so for instance, Tav has one.
Yeah, and it's out in the open. She's running around with it.
Mm-hmm.
Not, and you've seen how Lloyd has been changing too, right?
Yeah, I'm starting to think those two things are not. I think they're mutually exclusive. I think those are two separate things. I
You don't
think
think
that they're
that?
connected on some level, but I don't think that one has to exist for the other to also exist.
I think the sword might be Lloyd's or connected to Lloyd in some way.
Well, maybe that's why it has so much power. Maybe it has a connection to Lloyd for sure, but ultimately, as long as it stays out of Lloyd's hands, I guess, especially with Lloyd being the what's a real nice way of putting this? Chaos monkey of anger that he is. As long as it stays in Tav's hands, I'm not worried about it. I mean, sometimes I am worried about Tav because she is, whoo, buddy. But
He's Well, yeah. It's, I, hmm. I just feel like maybe her thing isn't. I don't know if it's reached to the point where it's gonna. I don't think it's reached its full potential. Like I don't know. I think maybe one day it might be as powerful as that hand.
Well, I would only assume that in order to obtain the full power of each one of these items, you have to unlock them yourselves. So I don't think they start out like uber powerful.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think they all
Right.
have potential.
Well, I don't like the whole idea. I don't want another deep hole to happen in the jungle.
And we can always seal it in deep hold.
Ugh. I guess we could, but that also. I mean, we saw how that turned out, how deep hold was when we got
Mhm.
there.
Yes, however,
So
we've cleansed it, or at least cleansed most of it. And we can go back and finish the job before we put these down there. But the point is, Sterling, is I'm going to find a way to help you. I made that promise to Silver. And that means at least attempting and trying to learn what this thing can do. If it turns out that it is not something that will be able to assist you, I will let it go.
okay. Well, I just I got myself into this mess. I can get myself out without you all risking your lives. So
I see that's the
I,
thing. I'm sure you can, but I'm not sure that you'll have the choice. And that may mean either you are no longer yourself and cannot make that choice yourself, or the only way out is death outside of some sort of divine magical intervention. And that is what we're trying to avoid. I kind of like you, my big metal friend. I'd prefer you to stay yourself and not somebody else.
well, yeah, I don't want to. I still want to be me too. So
Well,
I guess
good.
that works out.
I appreciate your candor and your conversation. I will have a conversation with Lady Barkita to discuss what our future may potentially look like.
Okay.
And I will still pursue this hand of darkness, whatever it may be, to the extent that maybe it can help you.
Okay. Well, I'm almost dead, so I'm gonna go sleep. You have a good night, Ox.
I pat you on the back and I restore 25 hit points with lay on hands.
Appreciate it.
So as that conversation ends, Sterling, as you go, where are you going to go into sentry mode on the boat?
Probably with a like full view of the boats. Probably like on the
Okay,
back, I guess. I don't know the terminology for it, but
sure. I don't remember right now. All I know is that there's like a starboard, there's a prow. That's all I remember right now. Anyways, as you settle yourself down, you are definitely the last one to finally fall asleep. You, in your observation, do eventually see later in the night, probably around 4 in the morning, Godolina finally returns, taking her sweet time back to the boat. She returns, she smiles at you, nods her head, and makes her way down to the boat to go to sleep. As you are in your sentry mode, halfway through your long rest, you feel a pulse from the center of your body. And you feel the ice thicken around your chest as if it is strangling you from within. And you just hear the cold, chilling voice of the shard that just says, I don't know if you think or truly believe you'll escape this fate, but your future has already been determined, and we are together forever. Next day comes.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's in the sentry mode, so all he does is just literally stare into the abyss as he's hearing these words because he can't break her. He's gonna break. I mean, do you want to break your your sentry?
No, I'll probably
I'm
just sit there.
just gonna sit there and ponder on these thoughts
Yeah,
as this icy voice talks to you.
internally panic. Yeah.
You're having what's it called? Where you're having like a nightmare but you can't move.
Oh,
paralysis.
sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Yeah, you're literally just going through sleep paralysis, even though you don't sleep. It's like the most unnerving feeling.
The voice is the Shadow Man.
Oh no. Just supposed to chill on my bed. I used to hate that when I was a kid. It just reminded me of trauma.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Glad
no,
you're
you're fine.
welcome.
That's okay. I'm an adult now. I just have to just all right, I'm good. Repress. All right. No, don't do that, people. After a long rest, you all wake 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whenever you guys all want to wake up after 8 hours.
Yeah.
And Berlin is upstairs or up above deck. George is making a hearty breakfast above. Everyone's awake too. So yeah. Prisoner is also awake, and you can hear his stomach growling. He's in the corner of the ship, facing the ship wall. You hear this stomach growling, echoing the bottom deck or the lower deck or the hold, I should say.
So I'm just gonna be like, can somebody just? We're not gonna be cruel. Somebody get that guy some bacon.
So you guys are eating breakfast. It's a simple one, some eggs and bacon, but you have some rice, some vegetables, some fruits.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So with that, what do you all want to do? What time do you all wake up? Actually, I should ask.
I'm
So
gonna
if you guys
wake
all go
up
sleep
like
at
right
3 in the
at
morning,
right
okay.
at
That's
the
11.
8-hour mark.
It's 11 a.m. then.
Okay.
I think I only have to sleep for 6 hours or something like that.
It's 6 hours. It's technically 6 hours. So
Oh, okay,
so
then yeah,
9
then
a.m.
9.
would be okay.
Because of my.
It's well, even long
my rest is
rest.
a little shorter. I
Your
think.
rest is it's like a trance, but regardless, 6 hours is also fine. So I'm not too picky on it.
Probably a little earlier than everyone else.
Okay. So finally breaking out of that sleep paralysis,
The Shadow Man recedes into the light.
the Iceman. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr.
All I
Mr.
could
Freeze.
All I could think of was It's Always Sunny.
Oh,
Nightman.
Night Man. Hey man. Gosh,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't stop.
I'm gonna go watch the episode.
Yes.
Hey man.
All right. I guess I'm gonna leave. The only thing I'm really gonna do is I'm actually gonna have a conversation with Ismadia to see if it's even something she's interested in doing, because I know that out of the 3 of them, she is the least likely, based on personality, to want to be anywhere near this city. So
So Kumal and
Narzan.
Narzan. Man, it's been a while. Narzan, they're fine with it. They're just like, of course, we'll protect it. We'll protect it with our lives. We'll
Good.
train with cave fishers.
Good luck. Be careful. Seriously, those things are fucking crazy.
When you approach Madia just gives you a stern look and says, no, never.
I figured as much. That's why I decided
But-
to ask you.
Yeah. So when am I going to see some action now? It's been too long.
Well, as soon as we head back, I'm gonna be honest real quick. Out of game, Mike. What the hell are we actually doing in this place? This was for specifically Sterling's thing, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And do we
guy in
currently
Terran
have?
And Tav. It's
And
basically
Tav.
and Tav, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta interrogate the guy so we can figure out where to go, and then Tav has to figure out her thing. So
Mhm.
now we're just kind of stuck here until we figure out where we're going.
Okay. I just kind of impress upon her that, I mean, we don't know when the fighting's going to happen, but we do know that, I'm going to be going back.
You're taking me with you next time.
Yes.
I'm getting tired of sitting on the ship.
No one said you had to sit on the ship.
Well, I mean, I need to swing my sword.
I just look at her and I'm like, take some initiative.
Don't say that.
Very well. She walks off the boat. She walks off the boat for a little bit.
10 dead in the streets.
So, yeah.
So then I'm actually, other than that, I'm gonna have the conversation with Lady Barkita. We don't have to roleplay that. I'm basically just gonna be completely bluntly honest with her that I don't know what my future looks like, but my main goal is to get rid of this and at least visit my home.
Yeah, so she will talk to you about that, and she will also be. She's thankful that you're being open about it because she's very concerned. But she wants to help. You've done so much for her and her father, who she adores as a god, pretty much.
Mhm.
She wants to do anything. Do you tell her about the Hand of Darkness?
I mention it that it's a means to an end to potentially help save Sterling.
Do you mention what it is?
That it is an instrument of supremacy.
Supremacy? Yeah. Do you mention that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay.
completely honest with her at all times.
As she say that, she looks at Bram, and Bram's just like, no, I'm not going back to that life. She's like, please, Bram, look, Ox, Bram's been telling you he likes you. Bram's like, shh, stop it. Stop. I haven't made my decision yet. She's like, anyways, you swore your life to help me, Bram, until your service is no longer required. And he's like, yes, but that's why I joined this job to leave that job. Do you not understand this? You're asking too much of me. She's like, am I? She looks at you and says, Bram is a famous, well, infamous, I think really is the apt term for his position or his title, treasure hunter, expert. He has connections throughout the world. Sort of why he got to where he is today, and how he met my father. Father does some sort of adventures from here and there. Many men have hobbies. Many people have hobbies. So Bram just came across my father's ventures in the past. So
I'm going to say this half jokingly, but half serious. Can we just not mention that to Tav? She's what we call a
right.
treasure hungry type individual. And while I care about her very deeply, I worry that sometimes her gold lust gets the better of her.
Very well. Anyways,
I love you, Yanni.
Bram would be a very good, would be very useful in this endeavor. And she's like, Bram, he's like, look, once we deal with Sterling and I believe Tav's things here, we can talk more about this. But yes, I know of this item. And I know who to ask about it too. Anyways.
Yes, one or two things at a time, it seems. I appreciate your honesty, Bram. Thank you.
It's not my place to say, in all honesty, Ox. But you are truly messing with forces that I don't think you can control. And that is really what's hindering my decision in allowing Barkita to be safe with you. So basically, I'll be sticking around for a little bit longer.
I understand. It's not exactly like I chose to get pulled into this life. Ugh, go to Lena. Ugh, if we just hadn't gone on that mission and just did something else, we wouldn't even know anything about this.
Nope.
Oh God.
Sand swimmers. I'll start off a rumor.
Oh God.
But I understand, and I will try to make the best decision in any given situation.
She does bring up the entity that surrounds you. She does say that it constantly surrounds you, and she doesn't know what that means or what it is. Bram doesn't see anything, but
Once again, looking at me, being like, what? Is it? So someone told me that it's like a vulture or something.
so picture the scene where you're talking to your normal scene. You're talking to Barkita on your boat,
Mm-hmm.
and this is your point of view. Beautiful sunny day out, everyone's having a good time. But for Barkita and her perspective, this looming dark, shadowy giant with a condor skull with a glowing blue flame now at the center of its head skull is staring down at her while you're talking to her in a pleasant manner. That's what people see.
That is fucking horrifying.
Yes. It's like yeah. Just think of Khonshu from Moon Knight, except all black. I'm keeping that skull though.
I'm definitely gonna have to have Ox drawn.
I was messing with out of game. I was messing with Nick. I was like, we should make him like a fan art, but him Ox is Cubone. Just has the skull.
Oh, God.
So, anyways, she tells you that I don't know what that is, and it scares the shit out of me. And it's really close. Like it's right here. Like, can you not feel it? The head is right on your own head. I fear that it is consuming you.
So, from my understanding, no one saw anything of this prior to Deephold,
No,
where I made my oath.
no, it was only afterwards.
So, my guess is whatever I reached out to has manifested when I gave my oath to destroy evil. And that's what I'm guessing this is. It's an intimidation thing, I guess, but it's not in itself evil. It is a manifestation of my conviction.
As you're talking to her, you can't help but notice, but most of her attention is always being drawn just above your eyes as she's looking at something else.
I'm getting used to it at this point. So I will try to see if I can, I guess, subdue its radiance. I guess that's what I'll do today. I'm going to do some meditation and see if I can't wrangle this in. Because it's got to be very distracting. I don't care so much in combat, but definitely in day-to-day, it seems to freak people out.
What does that mean with these people? Who are these people? It's like what's this? What is this organization? What is happening?
That is part of why I need to go see Dagny. She is a lore keeper of sorts, and I don't recall, and there's a high chance that I may have fallen asleep during that lesson, that the Azure Flame even exists. It kind of popped up out of nowhere. And they seem a likable bunch, but they just need direction. So for some reason, they see me as their de facto prophet. So I'm just trying to have them do good as long as I can until I can figure out what caused it.
Well, if you need help, I can help you because I was hearing from Vosu, she was talking to Givy about what they saw last night, and how she's concerned that so many people are now coming out of the woodwork. She said, all these random people are just joining rapidly. The numbers are growing. She's concerned that this is going to get way out. And I agree. I agree with her, Ox. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Ox. These people are now your responsibility, and the future people that are going to join. They have to. You may have given them some guidance now, or some sort of rules to follow. But how are you going to enforce them? And who's that gnome? That strange gnome with fiery eyes.
Probably the most intelligent one of the bunch, if I'm being frankly honest.
You need to talk to them. You need to establish something. You need to get a hierarchy in order. You need to establish more solid rules with these people until we can figure things out.
Mm.
She
Yeah.
is as she's saying that, she keeps looking up.
My eyes are down here.
Bram's just like, what are you talking about? Nothing, Bram. Another time.
So I guess I'm gonna go. I guess before I do this meditation thing, I'm gonna go out and look for a gnome.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do? Are we Oxford just gonna do that right now?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna try meditating.
Meditating. Okay.
I'll start with meditating so that they can do their thing.
That's fine. Okay. So what do you guys want to do? What else anyone else want to do anything?
I'm gonna just talk to Gibby and say, hey, I got a little bit of a gig going on. Gotta
Sure.
protect the sex cult or something.
That sounds so boring. What's the place?
The Broken Tower.
Broken Tower.
It's
Who
that
runs
tower over there.
who runs it?
I don't remember his name,
It's the
but he is
Paladin
a nurture
Emissary.
Nazi. Paladin emissaries.
Sex cults.
Sex cult.
I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
I leave right now.
Okay.
Throws
Have
off
fun.
his pants and walks down the
Vos-
street.
Vosu just gives him a dirty look. She's like, and Gibby's just like, because if you guys remember, they both have like a thing going on. Vosu's just like, Tav, do we have any pressing matters right now?
You can go with him if you want.
Very well.
I love
Steven-
the absolute like mind meld that happened right there.
Steven's just like, what is it? What's going on? What's with those two?
They crazy kids. They gotta figure out themselves sometimes.
I just don't understand. They kiss once and now everything's crazy.
No, they kissed. Ooh.
Oh yeah, they did a couple days ago. And
Ooh.
that's just been awkward ever since.
Oh, yeah, they gotta figure that out. If they want, they can come talk to me, but
Talk to mom
they
and
should
dad.
talk to mommy.
Look, Mom, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think any of us are good people to talk to for any sort of advice.
Yeah, you're very right about that. But
I mean, look at me.
yeah, you're. I was gonna say
Right,
well,
I'm a beautiful machine. I understand. But
yeah.
seriously, look at me.
I'm a beautiful machine.
Beyond the perfect machine that runs on this world.
Yeah. I need to teach you some stuff about things, but it always gets pushed back, and that's not good for
I think
any of us.
I think I'm a fast learner, Mom.
Yeah, you can be.
Check this out. Takes out his daggers and he's doing a trick and he slices his finger. He's like, oh! It's okay, I got it.
Okay, yeah.
Does it again.
Okay, yeah. Just try not sliding your fingers off. That's a
Kamal and Narzan are just like, yeah, 3 times already in 1 hour. See him slide two silvers to Kamal. Kamal's like, I told you. Just if you just egg him on 1 time, he'll do it all day.
Okay. Try not to get so hurt. I know you can heal and stuff, but it can't be nice to get hurt like that. But
Honestly, Mom, pain really isn't like a thing these days.
oh
Well,
yeah,
like
right.
physical pain. You know, I can still feel emotion pain, but you know,
Yeah.
how do you deal with that? No one can.
This just got real dark.
Steven's been going dark trail for like 30 sessions.
Yeah, we really need to do.
We need to really change the environment. We need to go on vacation. I think a beach episode is called for.
Therapy shopping.
Gosh. Well, if you saw all those Onsor slabs.
Right.
That's anyways. So what do you Sterling? Is there anything that you want to do personally before we get into talking to this hunter?
I'll get my few grouped together and I'll ask around on who wants to go to the pleasure cult and keep watch.
Riccati's obviously not interested.
Yeah.
Gasson was like, I'm good. He's just like,
Orestes.
am I good? No, I'm okay. No, I don't want to. Orestes, he's indifferent. If you wish for him to get there, if it's like important, he'll like, I'll go and offer my services. We have comfy couches, yes.
Probably. I'd imagine
Oh,
they
then
are a sex cult. So
I can read my books then.
also I wanted to ask you something, Orestes. You know the guy that petrified everyone back at Miserna.
Yeah.
Gordolino told us there's a few ways to fix that, but it's like one specific action you can do. It's like a really like, niche thing that if you do it, it removes the curse. But I'm
Like a
assuming
ritual, like a
it's
specific ritual. Yes.
some specific ritual.
Yes.
And I'm
Mhm.
assuming it probably has there's probably some religious text or something out there that has it.
I actually have a book right here. It's from the Imperial University in the Empire. It's actually very well documented, and it's still up to par even after 300 years.
So if you could, there's also a few more of these. I don't have it written down, but the other curses, they seem more like
He pulled out another book. This is an ancient tome that I actually stole. He was an evildoer. This actually has also a catalog of documented curses through heretical means. That doesn't smell like demonic blood, does it?
I can't. My smelling isn't that good. I don't really got a nose, so
Am I the cause of all these curses? No.
Existential crisis activate.
there are some that would be immediately like if we got hit by the curse, we need to get rid of it immediately, and it'd be nice to know what would do that.
You're talking about Ock, aren't you?
There's ones that will like invert you and
Look, so
body, and I just don't want.
I caught Godolina sleeping and talking in her sleep back when we were still in Miserna, just after you all returned. And she was muttering to herself about her experiences and what she saw, as if she was like reliving it again. And from my knowledge, at least through the much of its exaggerated lore by researchers and archaeologists around here in the Rasphian Federation, the story of Deephold, sad one, but it holds an even darker secret. The fact that an entire complex was not only subjected with divine magic, but also with the corruption of something. What's the term the scholars use? Almost cosmic. May have something to do with the winds of magic in our world. Winds of magic. He starts going off tangent at this point. Starts talking about the winds of magic and how it dictates magical life. The currents changing, the Earth's crust grinding against each other, creating more fissures and more disturbances, creating more chaotic winds throughout the world. But eventually, after about 5 minutes of been discussing, because you are sort of intently trying to see if there's a point to all this. So after 5 minutes, he finally gets to his point. He says, I truly believe the origins of all of you coming back, because none of you had these things before, at least from my observation, especially from Verkadi's observations. None of these were present beforehand for the most part. Wait. No. Do we know what Ox truly does when he rages? The something comes over him and wild magic just surges. Do we really? Is there like something specific about that we know? Has he told us? Like, what's the reason? Like, how does he cause such things to happen?
I always assumed it was just from where he's from.
Because from modern studies, very few, if not any, reports of barbarians wielding such powers. The ability to wield or even summon wild magic into our reality, which is basically just pure ether, usually reserved for only the top, most powerful sorcerers or evil, vile warlocks or wizards. A barbarian doing such things, unheard of. Maybe this Dagny truly has answers, not only to everything that's plaguing us currently, but to Ox himself. I honestly recommend we should send someone out now to. I don't know. I have these gut feelings sometimes on something bad, like a premonition. I feel like Dagny is pretty important in all this. But for me, I sort of want to know who she really is. Because these cultists, yeah, they're cultists, Sterling. And this is not good. Vakati doesn't like this. Silver talks about it too when she thinks no one's listening, but I'm always nearby because I'm reading. I think everyone here does not like this whole cult thing.
No, yeah, I can assure you. I
And
think Ox.
I really believe we all, besides Ox, need to get a head start on this before it gets out of hand. But this is just my observations. You know, I'm just Orestes. I'm just the guy that reads in the corner.
Oh,
I
that
really
sounds
appreciate
sad.
the rest of this. If you want to go look into the, want to go to the Feather Cult and help protect it.
I'll go.
Very nice.
I'll see if they have some books that they may want to lend me. Don't worry, I'll pay for it somehow. I'm not going to steal it. Maybe.
Yeah, your own judgment. You can figure that out. But yeah. The quote that I
Dalphin
missed-
wants to stay there. Dalphin actually comes back. Says, so I hear there's a pleasure cult job down.
Yeah, they got attacked recently and they need some people to protect it.
Perfect. Sounds easy.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna be sitting there. Unless, well, it might not be easy. Fully depends on if they're Imperials, that's the ones that are attacking. So
I heard Silver talking about a basement full of monsters and gold.
yeah, they'll kill you if you go down there. So
Oh, of course, of course. I'm just there for the easy money.
I mean, you're welcome to go.
Okay.
Stay.
Heads out now.
Restus, could you keep a watch on Delvin?
Yeah, as Arrestus, you see Arrestus, he has two large sacks full of books and he just looks at you with a confused look and says, okay. Dalvin's already gone. He's disappeared in the crowds outside on the wharf.
I think that's it for me, conversations wise.
We can go ahead and take a break then before we jump into the interrogation with the
Alrighty.
prisoner.
Woo!
So we'll be back soon.
Welcome back to Biscuiton RPG, home of the kicking pigs. Please support the Ko-Fi because that is the only way you'll continue to see me make kicked pig noises.
Ugh, it sounds just as bad as it looked.
Oh god.
Anyways, back to the City of Illumination. Back to our intrepid sand swimmers back on the Ocean Walker, docked in the port of the city of Apicaleth, city known for its excess. It's pleasure cults. It's a fun time here. We find everybody collected on the main deck, I would assume, besides the ones that have chosen to leave.
Mhm.
And you assemble everybody. So how do you guys want to do this? The prisoner is brought out by a half awake George, who is still eating breakfast, walking up the steps, dragging the prisoner. The prisoner is yelling profanities in Imperial. An Imperial pretty much sounds very Bavarian German, in all honesty. I don't know who I think the only one who speaks Imperial would be Tav, right?
Yep.
Oh no. Certainly you would speak Imperial. Do you speak Imperial?
I don't.
I don't.
Oh.
I
Although,
don't either.
Really? No one
let's say
speaks
I speak
common
Dwarvish,
Imperial?
but I think I chose that as kind of as the language I would choose instead of
Sure.
actually being.
No, you're fine.
But
Okay. So
I've just got
I'm gonna-
apparently regular common and common Rasphian Federation.
yeah, we are on a different continent, so
Okay.
I'm gonna cast
oh, you know Infernal, that's right.
Infernal, yeah. I'm gonna cast Comprehend Language.
What does that look like when you guys
Well, it's from a book, so I just read the book, then my eyes begin to glow a little bit with fire, and then it just kind of fades, but I still have a little glow above my eyes and my ears,
Mhm.
so that I can understand people.
He's yelling profanities, cursing everybody, mostly most of it. He does say that he would rather have his throat slit than to speak to any one of you. So he tells you to all good luck because you're talking to a corpse already. He says in Imperial.
Okay, that can be arranged. You want it fast or slow?
Doesn't matter. He continues to just yell obscenities at you specifically since you responded to him.
Yeah, he'd rather be dead than ask the question. So, how do you want to play this?
Gordon's like, we interrogate him. I thought that was the whole point.
Yeah,
to force it out of him, Tav.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to force it, unfortunately.
yeah, but I'm not the best at it. I can
We can-
tell you what he's saying. I don't remember what it's called. Oh my god, my
Oh.
brain.
I will get Verkadi up here because you can tell if someone's lying. So
Riccardi walks up. Does Riccardi speak Imperial?
I'm about to go check. I need to pull up a sheet.
I'm gonna take some of the leftover breakfast and I'm just gonna offer it to the dude.
Oh,
'Cause-
he starts chowing down.
He
So it's turned
does.
down.
Yeah, he's Imperial Common.
All right, so Riccardi, let's see all who your people speaks. George understands common. Givy understands common Imperial. Yeah, but Givy George understands Imperial. R.I.P. Lorenza. Vosu, no. Gasan, no. Orestes, no. Riccardi, yes. No. Yeah, yes. Common. Imperial Narzan, no. Kamal, no. Ismadia, no. Dolphin, no. Knows Imperial Halfling, but oh no, he does know Imperial as well, but he's not here. And then Gleon's not here as well as Kiris. So a lot of people actually understand common in your group. Imperial. So everyone's like, oh, I understand what he says. Yeah, I hear what he's saying. He's just yelling profanity at us.
Well, how nice of him.
So you have a number of translators. So just ask away. It's really how are you going to force him to talk? He's very unwilling for obvious reasons. he's definitely cursing at the Warforged, Silver and Menace specifically, calling them
So,
terrible things.
so, is there any way we can strike a deal with him? I want to try the, because I don't know what he's saying. I don't want the first thing we do to be violence.
I don't. These people are.
But they,
You think he deserves a bargain?
he's okay. Look. All right.
Well,
Okay. Let me lay it in terms that I think that you, at least, maybe not Menace over here, will understand. Um, yeah, that was an absolute slap at Menace. But I was like,
I felt it. It's okay.
here's the deal. All right. We all have our own individual missions. We're all people. Even you have a soul, so you understand that what you see is your perspective of right and wrong. What he sees, I mean, he could just be in the ranks of, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm doing what I'm told. And I personally feel that if we work with this guy, A, we might be able to change his path in life. Maybe he'll go on to do something else. B, we could potentially do it without bloodshed. And also, he's people too. And
Ox, what are your tenets as a paladin?
my tenants.
Yeah, I remember. I think you have them written down in your
Yeah, I do.
homeroom.
Let's see here.
Sorry, just to refresh me.
Yeah. I might have to look them up here in a second because I don't know if they translated over into my description. Okay. Ideals. Nope, not in there. Okay.
I don't think I found it on your character sheet, so I think you have. Yeah, I think you have to go straight to your document.
Yep, I'll find it. I can find it real quick. Just got to pull up the book. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Control F. All right. Tenants of Darkness. Do not fail in your mission, no matter the cost to yourself, and see that justice be done regardless of what it takes. Truth. Seek it out and punish those who evade justice. Honor. Be an example for others to follow. Never suffer those without it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep. So I'm leaning very heavily on that third one.
Sure. That's it. That's fine.
so what do you have in mind to bargain with this guy? What do you think is going to get him to tell us the truth?
A chance, a fair shake at a life. Because ultimately we all know that if you start torturing him, he's obviously going to become more ingrained to whatever indoctrination he's gotten from his people. And if we do let him go after that, he's obviously going to try to warn them. And the only other alternative is murder.
Verkadi, translate this for me. We are willing to let you go. No harm done if you tell us the full truth about what we want to know.
So Ricardo will tell that
Yeah.
in a very monotone voice to the Imperial. The Imperial like sticks out his chest and he basically says, I will not adhere to what a Warforged tells me. You are no better than me. And he says more stuff like that along those lines. But eventually though, he'll say that there's nothing you can do. You might as well just, he continues on, you might as well kill me now, because I'm not going to tell you. You're never going to find them. It's already too late. They're probably already heading out to sea by now. So, and as he says that, Ox, what's your? Oh, sorry, not Ox. He says that. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead.
Well, he doesn't want to do it, so he said you can either kill me or nothing.
that you can't just ask one question and expect it to work. I just look at the guy. I'm like, do you? And I will go through each one of my languages, which are not many, obviously, but and since he apparently, I guess this was translated back to Sterling that he's not gonna bow down to a Warforged or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I can submit.
I'm gonna go through and be like, look, we're offering you a new chance at life to be better than you were. Do you really want to be under the thumb of a controlling set of people? I mean, I get that you have family and friends, we all do. I want to find a way out of this where, honor can be intact.
Make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. That's not gonna work well unless I have. No, I probably don't. Nope, I do
Have
not.
anything that would like anything? What do you? Is there any? What's your divine interventions? Not divine interventions. What are your divinities?
Not that.
With bind, don't you have the bind chain ones? Is it
Well,
bind chain?
yeah, but that's more of like a fuck you, and I don't want to be intimidating.
Oh, what else do you have? Is that the only one?
Uh,
Channel divinity.
I'm looking. My channel divinities are mostly stop them in their tracks. Oh goodness. Okay, so forced penitence and prisoner's bonds. Well, I could do forced penitence. However, I need everyone else to step back outside of 30 feet because it affects everyone. Although that might be beneficial. I pull out my holy symbol, which in this case is I don't really have a holy symbol, so to speak. So I show my brand, and I'm going to use that as my holy symbol because it is part of who I am. And everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, that's great.
DC 15.
I got a 13.
14. Does that include
Give me
you?
a second.
Everyone.
Steven got an 18.
Steven's fine.
Roll for a silver and then wisdom save.
Rom got a 17. Rakita. Oh, is it wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, wisdom.
Okay, well, I'm thinking 17 is good for Rom then.
Yeah.
Menace crit failed.
Perfect. Out of all the secondary characters, I wanted to hit him the most.
Silver also failed. Yeah. We all failed.
Rakita got a 23.
Okay. So
I got to roll for Godolina. Yeah, you got to roll for George and all them too.
Yeah, I'll roll for. George is the only one still here outside of Ismadia, so I'm gonna roll for George first. George passes. Ismadia fails.
Godolina fails, but she's gonna go ahead and re-roll that. Doesn't matter. She still fails.
So, as I present my holy symbol, each creature within 30 feet of me that can hear me must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is paralyzed with remorse for 1 minute.
Oh, God.
Oh, I gotta roll for the guy. Sorry.
Until it takes damage.
So you just like paralyzed everyone around you.
Yep.
3. He definitely failed. Roll the 1. So he immediately begins to screech in pain. Godolina just drops to one knee. She takes her sword out and like holds it in front of her, gripping it intensely. And everyone else that has failed sort of just falls to their knees in some sort of agony of sorts. And how long does this last?
1 minute of reliving all of the things that you've done wrong to others.
Oh, God, you asshole.
So, yeah, it's probably a very sad scene on the deck of the ship right now.
A lot of crying.
A lot of emotions. And because of the scene from the nearby walk, it's a busy port, so people are walking by and are like, "What the heck was that?" Um,
And while this is going on, I look directly at the prisoner, as it were, and I go,
he's writhing on the ground. He's writhing on the ground. He's not even paying attention to you. He's in so much emotional distraught.
"That's fine.
Yeah.
So you're in
I'm gonna
hospital.
let it wear off." And as
Sure.
everyone rises, I simply go, "You can prevent yourself from causing more atrocities by doing the right thing."
So as those who are the ones that did not suffer the consequences, um, you all see the looming entity, this massive cloaked feathered cloak of darkness with a skull for a head, a condor, a vulture skull, this blue flame in the center now looms over everybody. It topples the ship. And those that finally rise after their agony see it now. And they see it all encompass everything behind Ox. And just Ox is just standing there with these glowing blue flaming eyes. And actually, in reality, no one's seeing this, but everyone else sees this visage. And it is quite intense. And even Godolina sort of crinkles her eyebrows at this sight, at this presence, and grits her teeth. Bram sort of puts his arm in front of Barkita, who passed, but quite concerned and also still quite unnerved by the visage.
And I'm assuming as it wears off, the thing behind me will kind of like recede back into me.
No.
Oh. Oh, okay.
It
Perfect.
continues to loom, and everyone hears a chilling voice. It is a distorted, cold, deeper voice of Ox. And it basically says the last few sentences of what he just said, but to just make it a more oppressing sort of feeling, pressure upon you all. A proclamation, a very immense and powerful, influential proclamation. Yeah. And like I said, all you see it doesn't really go away. From time to time, you'll not see it, but then as soon as Ox enters like an area full of shadow, it reappears over him. And right now, it's not receding back to its normal like 5-6 inches above his shoulder. It's now good 4 or 5 feet above him when you see it from time to time. Yeah, anyways, Ox.
Fun.
Okay, that was horrible, Ox. Please never do that in my presence again.
The guard mumbles in complete fear. His mind is broken. And he says that beneath the military wharf here in the city is the sewers, a disconnected sewers, one long abandoned but now used as a supply depot for the Imperial Divisio. The last of the supplies are being sent out today. They should be clearing out relatively soon, within a few hours. It says. Other than that, they're going to be heading out to who knows where the main base is, because he doesn't even know. He was left out along with the rest of his contingent under the command of Alamero. That's all he gives you.
You have the choice. We can let you go now, or you can wait until the captors of your soul have left and you can start anew. Your choice.
Well, he immediately begs for his life, so he'd like to leave now. He throws his clothes off, his uniform, anything that's on him that represents the Vizio. All he cares about is leaving everything and escaping you specifically, to never do anything of the sort related to this ever again. He's butt naked at this point, probably wearing just loincloth of his underwear.
I'm going to go over and grab some clothes for him.
He does not want. He's like, don't touch me.
Oh, I set them down in front of him.
He's like, can I leave now?
And I take his bonds off. You are free. Go live your life.
He's done. He just jumps into the water. And Godolina just takes a deep breath and she just takes a walk. She just steps off.
You have the answers. You suck. Is that correct? I look directly
Menace.
at Sterling and Menace.
Yeah, Menace is like, we do. Thank you, Ox. You truly are a comrade to the Warforged people. Looks at
Didn't do that again.
Menace is like, I don't know, that's pretty good.
Oh, God.
I don't like reliving the worst minute of my life. So
Oh. It builds character.
It already did. It doesn't
think
have to
I'm
do it
fine.
again.
All right.
I put my hand on both Sterling and Tav's shoulders and I go, let us all learn a lesson from this. And I walk down to the bottom of the ship and I start meditating.
Oh,
He's a real asshole sometimes.
dude, he's a real cult. He's a real cult leader.
Let's learn a lesson from this. No.
No, you
Let me show
psychopath.
you, I already learned the lesson. I lived through it.
Oh man. All right. So you have your objective. Probably later today because it's still midday, around midday. Tav, you'll get a response from the Paladin emissaries. So you don't know how long you have until the Imperials actually leave and are gone forever. So, but yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Okay, we should probably get on to the Suez then and stop the Imperials before they leave. Because
So
that
go to-
sounds
Yeah, so
sensitive.
so Goldling comes in and says, "So Sterling, what's the plan here? Or Menace, what are we grabbing someone else? Mention of a Captain Almerio. Is that the next person we need to grab?
I need to grab him, figure out where all this is going, and then head there. So, yeah, to the sewers, find the captain, capture him, not kill. I yell it really loud at Ox, who's meditating, and suppose question them, figure out exactly what's going on if we can.
She goes back and because the man's still swimming, she's gonna go back and grab him. Bring him back on deck. And he's just like, please, I'm not, I swear, I promise, I'm not going to say anything. And Goldie's like, no, I quickly wanted to ask you the general layouts of this area, security, defenders, who's good in charge, who's guarding it. He's just like, oh, okay, well, you're not gonna go, so plenty of my fellow hunters. I think maybe a commissar or two. The officer in charge is Captain Almeric, classically trained duelist for the Empire. I don't know much about him. I know he's very pompous. Along with the mercenaries that we hired to defend the place. And she's just like, what kind of mercenaries? They're called the Knights of English Scar, hired within the region. All I know is that they heavy infantry wield big weapons. Leader is a juggernaut. Okay. How many? Maybe 50, 60 or more. I don't know. I don't know how much I've left within a few hours. That's very well. Okay, so we have how many people going through the Paladin emissaries?
Ox has 2. I have 1. And Tav has 2.
Yeah.
So 5 people.
This is already calling for a large scale operation. We need to be very careful who we choose to go with us and how many. If there's that many people, are we trying to go for this captain, or are we just trying to grab information there, or are we hitching a ride on this boat? I should have asked them where they're actually heading. Menace suggests that the officer is key. But documents could be salvaged too if they can't get the officer. Infiltrating is recommended,
I still think we're gonna be able to
but yeah,
though,
he
with just more
says
people.
I don't think at this moment in time, so much time has passed now, and with no return from their assault team, it's most likely that they're trying to leave in a hurry.
It's
At
just
this
gonna
point.
be out of here. That's what they got. So
Yeah, in the sewers though, so it's already condensed. So how do you guys want to go about this? I know the main three, including Steven, are going and Godolino, so that's the core, right?
I have had my hand forced into taking Ismadia.
Asmadia has to come because she was brought up finally.
that sword's gonna come too, right?
Who?
That's gotten rid of the chain sword or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, she has the fucking sword.
God damn it.
Yeah, I guess that's coming back.
Oh God, no, not again.
I'm gonna look at her and I'm be like, do you have anything other than that weapon on you?
I'll go buy you a different weapon if you don't use that.
I mean, unless you give me my old sword back, unless you want me to use my old sword, I don't mind. But
Yeah, she has a
yeah,
masterwork, doesn't she? Yeah.
that's like a +1. Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to just do that? Oh yeah, just use that.
I'll just use her character sheet instead of having to
Just be
worry
like,
about all the extra
hey,
rolls.
change your weapon. She's like, fine.
Look, you can bring it out if the shit hits the fan. How about that?
Very well. Very well. Very well. I just can't wait to get back into the thick of things. Go to Lena, we're fighting again together. Go to Lena's like, yeah.
Joy.
When was the last? She's like, when was the last time we? Oh, that's right. It's been so long. I remember it.
Assuming Menace and Silver are gonna come along.
Menace and Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, Menace definitely. I'll say that you can. Menace doesn't count as towards yours because Menace has to go. Like this is his. Like this is his personal mission too. So you can bring two others. So Silver and who else?
Silver and we'll bring. It's been a while since. Well, we haven't brought Gassan on a mission in a while. We'll bring him.
Okay. So Gassan.
Yeah.
What could we?
I think I'll just bring Ismadia because I'm going to give Bram and Lady Barkita time to process what the hell they just saw.
Yeah, Bram is just definitely like the companion level was at like a 75 and it's dropped to like 45 because there's now so much uncertainty and danger involving you.
Fair.
And Barkita is still on the fence. But she's still because that's what love does to people.
Yeah, I get it.
Ignore the red flags.
Ox,
But
giant
also,
red flag.
but also maybe she's trying to prove to herself that she is stronger than what she used to be. But who knows? That's just self-inflicting trauma.
I mean, she did make that save. She is stronger than she once was.
That is very true. So you're just taking it with Madia then?
Yep. Because
Okay.
Kumal and Narzan are already on their thing. So.
Okay. And then Tav, you're taking obviously Steven.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my other ones are not here.
Right, because you sent them all off. Well, you have Vosu still. Oh, that's right.
She
Vosu
went
and
with-
Kiwi. Yeah, you can bring it back. I mean, I'm just saying they went out for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take Rose then.
Take Vosu. Okay. You automatically get Lloyd, so you're taking Gassan, Sterling?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he also has the whirling water blades or whatever.
I think you're the one that gave it to him, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll pull that up as well.
Sure. All right, cool. Oof. A lot of people.
How long did I have a chance to meditate?
What time do you guys all want to leave? It's still around like 10 o'clock. If you guys wanted to stay around for a couple hours or a few hours, it's up to you. But
Let's
Yeah.
say let's go buy some healing potions, and Ox can meditate when we're doing that, and then we kick him.
The Ox has all the money, and you are in debt. So maybe-
I have still.
I have 2,000, so I do have money, but
I have 600 and I have stuff that I can sell too. So Oh, that's the right hard
Alright.
stripe for cash.
I mean, alright.
And we need healing potions because we almost die all the time.
Yes, we do definitely need healing potions here.
If
Yeah.
so, if you're all going shopping, I'm going to stay back, but I am going to entrust Sterling with 1,000 gold to stock up on the best healing potions that he can get his hands on.
Okay. Healing potions can be bought. The best ones. So they do have Supremes here in the city. The Supremes go for 350 a pop.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Sterling.
Godolina will mostly play support in this role then. So she's gonna go and use some of her money to buy mana potions. Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
give.
then she'll
Sorry,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna
No,
give
go ahead.
Sterling 1,050 to get me 3.
Okay. She's gonna go ahead and give like the party for you to use 800 gold. Says here, take this. I'll use the rest of mine to buy potions for myself.
How much does the superior healing potions cost?
350.
No, the
No.
the
Oh,
Supremes cost
Supreme.
350. So the superiors cost 250.
250, okay.
So we got 3 Supremes and then so 250. So I could buy 4. I guess I could buy 8 if I wanted to. Superior. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll buy 8 superior. So it's 2,000.
So she has 4 potions of healing on her, 2 potions of superior, 2 potions of normal mana, 3 potions of greater mana. And she has 2 potions of vitality, so that's what she has on her. Plus she can heal. Also I'll remind you guys, but she has that 20-foot she has that healing light aura, so that 8 temp HP every remaining your turn, plus 1 AC as well if you're within 5 feet of her.
I have 8 superior healing, so I'll give 2 to Ox, 2 to Tav. I'll keep 2, and I'll give. Godolina, I'll give
I'll
1
give it to Godolina.
1
Yeah.
Godolina, and then I'll give 1 to. If we can get around. I'll give 1 to Gassan because he can dash around. These 2. Okay, so 2 now.
All right.
Now I'm assuming the 3 the other ones I got, those are being passed out evenly? Or are you keeping those out, Ox? The Supreme Healing Potions.
Do
Oh,
what?
for Godolina?
I'm asking if what are we
Oh.
doing with the Supreme Healing Potions? So we got 3.
Oh
of them.
yeah, there's 3 of them for you guys. Yeah, Godolina doesn't need them. You guys can split them
One
amongst
for each of
yourselves.
us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give 1 to Ismadia, but I'll put it in my inventory just for the notification of it.
Yep.
Was it supreme or superior?
Get 2 superior and 1 supreme.
Okay, super. Yeah.
Cool. She Godolina's gonna go ahead and spend extra money. She's gonna buy each of you a potion of vitality.
When?
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So when the guard sorry, excuse me. When the hunter mentioned that it was in the military wharf, no one's allowed in. So your party will have to figure out some sort of stealth maneuver, and we can narratively do this, and how to get your party past the Both the Federation Navy and also private guards and sailors of the various noble houses and wealthy or affluent citizens who own such things.
I have Pass Without Trace, which gives us a +10 bonus to stealth checks for anybody within 30 feet of me.
It lasts like an hour.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Are you guys ready? You guys ready to do this? Ready to start this?
I was gonna try two things with that meditation.
Okay.
The
Sure.
the first one was I'm trying to make contact, at least somehow, with
Sure.
whatever this entity is that everyone else is seeing.
Okay. And how are you doing that? How is Ox doing that?
I am focusing on. I mean, I know that it's based around shadow and, my. I guess for lack of a better phrase, my self righteousness.
Mhm.
So I'm digging deep into my soul to make contact with, I guess, my conscience
Sure.
and seeing if my conscience speaks back.
Make a meditation. Make a wisdom check and add proficiency.
All right, so that is 22. Oh, 23.
22. So you're looking for the root, who or what this thing apparently people are seeing this visage.
Mm-hmm.
What does Ox think it is?
Ox believes it's a manifestation of his own belief and structure.
Okay. So as you go into this deep self-reflection in the shadows of the ocean walker deep within the bowels of the hold, as the rest of your companions are upstairs preparing for what will most likely be a grand assault on an imperial outpost, you find yourself in this sea of darkness. You feel like you're in water, but you're not wet. You can see yourself in the darkness, you just can't see anything around you. You look for whatever could manifest into your consciousness, since you do somewhat believe that this is part you as well, part of your doing. Your proclamation in that oath of darkness melding with justice definitely had something to do with it, but ultimately there's got to be something behind it all.
Mm-hmm.
As you just continue to swim aimlessly, it feels like an eternity has passed, swimming, gliding, looking around, breathing heavily, and suddenly you're just drifting. I don't know if you're just taking a break or you don't even remember when you stopped swimming, you just start just drifting. Suddenly you're pulled down as if a vacuum had appeared below. And as you are rushed downward, descending at great speed, you abruptly stop. And you see something in the distance. It attracts you and you begin to float, or just sort of summon towards it closer at a very gradual speed. You see an outline, a silhouette of something. As you get closer, it becomes noticeable like a humanoid. You see that this person, this creature is strong. This creature is large. This creature is wielding immense, powerful weapons, artifacts. It's wearing a mask. And suddenly, as you get closer to it and finally stop in front of this entity, you're looking at yourself with a condor skull for a helmet. And beneath the skull are these blue, fiery eyes. It whispers, you yourself, this other you whispers to you, it's time to go back. And you break from your meditation. You find a black feather in front of you. And a searing cold sort of sensation that goes from the top of your back of your skull down past your nape of your neck. And as you slide your hand around, feel the back of your neck, you feel this scar, this lightning shaped scar that now is very prevalent in your sense of touch. And it does run from the sensation of the tip of your head down past the nape of your neck.
Interesting. Well, that was enlightening. I pick up the feather and I affix it to the gourd.
Okay. Okay.
And that is that. The only other
Cool.
thing I was gonna do was just to see how like this mark worked. You know, this whole azure flame thing. I was just gonna see if I could summon the gnome here.
How does Ox think he can do it? What's he do?
I mean, obviously after that first incident, the flames and everything like that, he's going to focus on, in his mind's eye, a blue flame, and from that flame seeing it branch out into all of the followers that he does remember seeing their faces, and focus in on the
Gnome.
gnome with the hat and
Okay.
the bright blue eyes, and in that, just going to whisper into the ether, "Come to the boat."
So when you envision this, you just keep thinking of the image of this gnome.
Mm-hmm.
You continue to think of it. You hemorrhage it into your mind until you just until you get to a point where you can just completely see the face, the structure of this gnome as if you were right in front of it. And then suddenly you find yourself immersed in this chase. It's as if you're swimming through the city. Swimming through the city looking for this gnome.
Mm-hmm.
Going and weaving, bobbing past people, carts, city streets. You turn abruptly into alleys and go upwards above town roofs or townhome roofs until you suddenly stop midair and you hear yourself, say those words, "Come to the boat." You finally see the gnome. It's in the streets. You see him on top of a box, and he's preaching to like 40 people, and these people you definitely haven't seen before.
Yeah.
But they're near the docks, and you see that there's like 4 people, looks like captains, random merchant captains, and you see like confused sailors taking their cargo off their ship because the captain's telling them that they're going to be transferring these people over to Macerna. You see all the merchant captains have their like his eyes are also have like flames in their right eye. Anyways, you look down and you're prepared to hear no response saying yes, of course. But it's not the voice of the gnome that responds. As if it was whispered from a long distance, you hear a different voice, a humanoid voice that says, "I wish it was that easy, sire. But I think I shall wait for you in Macerna." And it's a voice you don't know. It's a velvet smooth voice. The voice of a person that sounds affluent, nobility. And that's all you get back as you open your eyes. You're just like, what the? What?
Oh, well, at least I know where he's at. So before we set off on our adventure, I'm going to run off the boat and I'm going to go find the gnome now that I roughly think I know where he might be.
Sure. Yeah, you all see Ox just abruptly run up the stairs off and just jumps off the ship onto the nearby docks. And he just runs. Just guns up. After Ox, it doesn't take you too long. It's literally about 10 minutes, and you have to cross through a lot of traffic. But you eventually see that there are 3 large galleons, and these are actually all ships belonging to the Chartist Captains Association, which is like an international trading body organization
Mhm.
that trades between and through and amongst all nations. So like they're independent. But anyways, they're very influential. And 3 galleons. That's a that's a
I
lot of
see.
investments
I
being taken out
see.
from its.
I see what's about to happen, and I can do nothing.
The craziest part is when you get there and you see the galleons, that's the first thing you see, and you're just like, oh no. You see the 3 captains, you see their confused crew. But the most, I think, absurd thing, you just now realizing just how out of control this is becoming. Almost all the people at the docks have blue eyes. That's roughly 200 to 300 people, and they're all in line getting on these galleons. You see the gnome at the very end of the dock on top of the box. His hands are behind his back, his chest is stuck out proudly, and he looks on. And you can see now that in like his anime form, his eyes are so, it's like the flames have grown bigger around. Like now it's like just penetrating around his face.
Mm. I'm gonna go over to the gnome and be like,
And it's
so
everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Even Rasphian nobles are in line. And their entire retinues and entourage.
Sorry, all these people are going to Minnesota?
They're repopulating it.
I'm just gonna look at the gnome and be like, did you make sure that they were reimbursed for the cargo that they're not taking?
Of course. I've made certain that certain followers were selected to help compensate our journey and expenses. And these 3 captains were wholeheartedly in agreement to sever their inheritances to their families and to their workers back home. Suffice to say that the blame resides solely on them and them alone. That we are not liable by any means.
Oh God.
Great profit.
Oh God.
By the Azure Flame, we will shine bright.
Oh God.
What was that rule that I said about not hurting others?
No one is being hurt. The worst they could do is pay a fine for their incompetence.
Okay.
And I can say this with the utmost confidence because I am a former lawyer.
Oh God.
Oh God, no. This is worst possible.
You see around
timeline.
his collar. You see around his collar. He actually doesn't serve a local Rasphian deity of law. He actually serves Foltis, which is the premier deity of law and order.
I go.
But you see that the metal chain is rusted a little bit. I guess it's a rosary of sorts, but it's rusted a little bit.
Okay. Just make sure that the people that inadvertently are hurt by this are
Of course.
compensated. And I do better. None of that.
Yes.
I leave it just like that. There's
Yes.
no room for this. Technically qualifies as being a dick.
Oh, very
And
well.
I give him 100 gold, and I say make it better.
Yes.
And then I run back
Yes.
to the boat. I am
Oh,
saying nothing
As
to
you
anybody else.
as you're about to leave, he says, is there anything you wish to say? You have wish for me to say from my sect to the other sect?
Other sect?
Why, yes. This is just one sect of many. The fire is spread. Are you not aware? This is not the first fireplace of the Azure Flame.
Oh. Where just out of curiosity, because it seems to have popped up overnight. I am not all-knowing. I am not a god.
Well, we do not expect you to, but
So
we
where
know.
did it start?
Well, from my understanding, the cult has always been around for a long time. You'll probably learn more once you meet the head, the first.
the name of this first?
You see him confused for a moment. Like, all I know is that he's the first torch bearer. Strange.
My understanding is they are in Macerna. So,
Yes. That we are to connect with them
yeah,
to create the great Brazier in Berserna to help the people
find out
rebuild.
the name and make sure that they follow the tenets as well,
Of course,
and deliver their name to me.
of course, right away. Does anyone remember? And everyone's like,
Okay, now I am going to go back to. I'm going to hurry back to the boat and be like, okay, so you all were right. I don't have time to explain what the hell is going on, but this is getting really out of hand.
How
Well, I
out
guess
of
the
hand?
cult got into unexpected cult stuff. That's interesting.
There's
Gordon's
over
like, what's
there-
happening?
There's over 200 now, and this is just one sect of the entire organization.
I think everyone in the party is just like dumbfounded.
You went from 80 yesterday to 200, and now you have 6?
Yes, there's actually one based in Macerna where the original torchbearer is located. So that's going to be a thing we're going to have to address when we get back there. Also,
Marquita's like, what about my father?
He
I'm
may be
sure
the
he-
original.
Ox,
No,
you can't let
no,
my
no,
father
no.
be to this.
Okay, so you need to send a message to your father to be on the lookout, just to make sure there's nothing fishy going on. However, the voice that I heard was not your father, so he's not the original.
That's comforting. I need to write a letter to my father.
Yeah.
I said, I don't like this. I don't want these people going to Macerna.
Gordon is like, I also don't like this. That I don't think those ships should make it there. In all honesty, as terrible as that sounds.
Oh no! The minute Godolina says that, I just look at her. I go, that is not an option.
Oh,
Why
and
not?
letting them continue is an option better.
Until we find out what the source is and can either mitigate it or put them on a more positive path, murder is not going to be the forte.
I don't think combining more cultists to make a larger cult is anywhere near the term mitigating.
Well, would you rather have them centrally located or all over the place?
I would at the very least, have them all imprisoned until we can deal with them at another time.
Look, I'm doing the best I can. I asked for your help and you refused it.
Oh no, I didn't offer real help. I can help you right now.
Okay, calm down. Let's
Because this is
Take a
actually
minute.
very, very getting out of hand now. I can
Yeah.
see this.
the cult needs to stop growing. We agree on this.
Okay. Fair enough. And I run off.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great conversation, Ox.
Yep.
You know,
I run off and I go find the gnome and I
Sure.
go, until further notice, recruitment is halted.
The note's just like, okay. Is there a reason why?
Yes. But it is far too great for you to understand at your current level.
Oh, I see. I have to pay more.
What? No, this isn't a
Oh.
pay cult.
Oh, I'm very
No,
confused.
this is a learning thing.
Oh, okay.
The point is, for now, focus on what you have and work with that. Growing uncontrollably makes it unsustainable for a future.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
If that is the will of the Prophet of Azure Flame, then I will follow them.
Make sure all know this.
Very well. All will know.
And I'm not gonna run off this time. I'm gonna saunter out of the thing, and then as soon as I'm out of eye shot, then I'm gonna run back to the boat, and I guess we can start whatever the fuck's going on.
Oh god.
First thing I'm gonna do is like, go to Lena. I did my best. They're no longer recruiting.
He just shakes her head.
it's
Let's
still
let's just
there.
deal with these Imperials and
Why is this happening? It just wow.
I don't know.
It's just-
Oh, by the way, you asked for his name, right? No,
Yes.
his name is Balthazar.
Mm, I don't like it.
Oh God.
All right,
Oh God.
all right, team.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Gonna get to the
sorry,
combat
everybody.
game?
This is awesome.
I'm
This
just
is
doing
hell.
my best.
All right,
I got rid of the first cult. Now another cult's gonna come over and make mess over at Mr. No. That's great.
Oh God.
Might as well be the cult of best intentions.
real quick, did anyone sorry, this is back to the conversation between Sterling and Arestus. Did you specifically ask him to look more into solving his problem? Like actually saying like solve like Ox's problem?
I was asking him to solve or try to figure out how to do
How to figure it out what it is?
no
The
other
specific
curse,
ritual.
like the
Oh,
big curses of the big
the
five
big
ones.
Beckers. Yeah, the big curse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
asking him if he could figure out what those were because I feel like
Oh,
we
okay,
might
okay.
even know
Gotcha,
what they
gotcha.
are.
For
Yeah,
sure, for
because
sure.
at this point, nobody truly
Okay.
knows that
Okay.
I'm cursed, and that's where this is coming from.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because if one of us gets turned inside out by one of those cursed people, I would like to know how to reverse that. in some way.
Yeah, that is true. That's true with Val curses. Okay, cool. Okay. I wrote that wrong in my notes, but that's okay. Cool. All right.
Oh God.
Okay. So it is around noon, probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hot sunny day. There's a lot going on. You guys are making your way to the military area. It's definitely segregated from the rest of the populace. You see that there are large barricades. The Federation likes to keep their navy in pristine shape and away from prying eyes. The city of Abacopa is a little bit different. They function differently because they have such a large fleet of pleasure ships out in the bay. And because they're so influential, the Navy sort of has to they allow them to go into their areas. So with the Pass Without a Trace, it doesn't take too long for your entire entourage to hitch a ride on the various pleasure barges throughout the bay.
Mhm.
It does take a while, but it's a lot safer and you can maneuver around easily and plan your overall assault. Now, from what the hunter told you is that it's in the sewers, it's in a specific drain hole that leads to an abandoned section of the major or greater sewers. It's been cut off for ages. It's just too dangerous. It shouldn't be. It's not. It's no longer in use anymore. That is a perfect spot for where the Imperials are hiding. Now, because of this, the Imperials must have some sort of way out for their transports. So if it means that via some sort of larger drainage pipe to get their smaller craft with supplies out. Godolina thinks that whatever their main hideout is, definitely not in the city, but it's definitely probably out in the ocean then. Maybe along the coastline, for all we know. Because if they're using the city as a staging point supply area, then this is perfect. All the major shippings go to the city, and they can just stow away through the massive array of pleasure ships docked throughout the bay and off the coast, giving them cover. And because they're all affluent people that own them, the military have a difficult time in dealing with crime and occurrences out there while partying's happening. They're left to their own devices. So it takes a few hours for you to get all the way around the bay, hiding and stuff like that from the military. Using the boat because the boat's stopping at every pleasure ship. It's like, hey, man, let's trade drugs and alcohol. Yeah, what's up? Let's go. Stuff like that. Until you eventually reach the docks where you all eventually get off and find. Actually, everyone go ahead and make survival checks. Survival checks or perception checks to look for the entrance.
Oh shit.
Dirty 20.
You're 20.
Damn, Sterling. You know what's up.
What you get, Sterling?
At 27.
Jeez.
And I got a 17.
17. Well, you all passed. So you all leading your various area crews, but all still within a close proximity of each other or within a proximity of each other. all at the same time find what most likely is the abandoned entrance into the sewers. It looks like the sewers were excavated. It looks like they tried to clear it out at one point in history or one point in time, but never succeeded, never finished. There are several tools and machinery, simple pulley systems and stuff like that, and counterweights that have been abandoned, long abandoned, and are just rotting and rusting away in this sort of creek area on the other side of the military port or wharf. Going into the darkness, you can smell the rats festering within. What's marching order?
I'll go first.
We got Ox. Okay. Next.
Guess I'll
Uh,
go near the front, I think. If that's
So a
Assume-
reminder of everybody, we have Ismadia, the big three, Steven, Bosu, Silver, Gassan, Menace, and Godlina.
I'm gonna have,
And-
if no one else wants it, Ismadia will take the rear.
I can take the rear. I think.
Okay, well then Ismadia will be in front of you.
All right. Silver will be probably somewhere in the back. I think Gassan will be in the front just because he's a melee fighter more.
So I have Ox, Gassan.
I can be in
Ismadia up there
middle.
as well.
Who's behind Gassan?
Right?
I can be.
You can be. Okay, so
Then
let's
Roos and
have,
Steven.
I'll have, okay, Busu. Okay. Busu, Steven. I'll put Gildalene in the middle because she has aura. Goods.
And then Menace will also go. I think he'll go behind Godolina.
And then who else is left?
You,
You
Silver,
and so
I'm in the
so
back.
And then Menace somewhere.
no, Menace is right behind him. So
Okay.
Goads, Menace, and then we'll put Silver.
And then
Okay,
Ismadia, then me.
it's Madia than you. Okay. All right. Sterling. All right. So going down the wet and decrepit, very loose mix of terrain and gravel or stone flooring. Ox, go ahead and make. I need Ox, Gassan, and Tav to make, and Vosu to make perception checks as they are making way.
Oh, that's great. 1. So
23.
23.
8.
8 for Gassan.
6. 13 for Roos.
Okay. So what'd you roll, Ox?
23.
23. So Ox, especially since you're ahead, you can barely hear what sounds like movements, people rushing, a good many of them. You can hear distant yelling and barking and Imperial. You also, as you get closer, and Tav, Sterling, Silver, Menace, the Warforged, you all feel this current of electricity sort of build up in the area. Very reminiscent of the last of the castle back in Bofker. Proceed forward.
Uh-huh.
Just continue forward.
I'm
Okay.
gonna basically kind of silently motion to, like, listen, and then point in the direction where I hear it coming from.
Sure. Ox, you were the first one to see right away. There is finally an opening in the cave, sort of mixed cave / sewer system, and you can see up ahead is a larger sewer complex. Up ahead is a gate with some faintly lit torches, but it is still presumably dark in that area. Actually, no, I take that back. There's torches pretty much lit through most of the upcoming area up ahead. So I'll go ahead and at least reveal to you what you all can see. As you make your forward, I need everyone, since it's still been an hour, it's still within an hour.
Yep.
No, it's already been an hour. You want to cast it again?
Yeah, I can cast it again.
Okay, so you cast it again. You cast it again, so it's been doing up for a while.
Yep.
Or it's been up for I'll say 10 minutes. So you still have a lot of time. You all stealthily make your actually go ahead. Everyone roll stealth checks with advantage, I should say. Now I'll just get a group average.
Pass out trace is plus 10, right?
Yeah,
plus
plus
10.
10.
Okay, I got plus 23 to this.
Okay.
I crit, so it's a what 40.
43.
Yeah.
I
got
got
43.
26.
26. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even roll with advantage. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's for Tism.
Yeah, 26.
Um, 4 plus 2, so 6, so 16 for menace.
Okay.
Silver. So 13. Oh, 26 from silver.
Okay.
And Gassan, that's right. Plus 8, so plus 18. 32 from Gassan.
Okay.
Worcester got a
So-
17.
Okay.
Steven got a where is it? There. 27. I got a 29.
I think it's everybody, yeah? Is Mario?
Is Madia. So 16 plus. What the hell is she? She just has a +2, so 28.
Man. Yeah. I didn't even have to do the math to know that I was gonna definitely like completely pass. So you all, thanks to the darkness. What does the pass without trace look like? With
So
your
the pass
darkness?
without trace, basically, what I'm going to do is it kind of shrouds and amplifies the shadows to kind of let you blend in with them a little bit when I use pass without trace.
Okay, cool. Eventually, you all come across an entrance, and you can hear men yelling Imperial saying, "Let's go, move it! We gotta get these out of here quickly!" You hear the rumbling and the electrical currents flowing in the distance of some sort of magical machines. You hear instructions from Lord Ogre Commissar saying, "Prepare defenses and traps. They'll be here any minute." Okay, I'll go ahead and transfer everyone to the map. See what it looks like so far. Your alls are at the bottom corner, bottom left corner.
There it is.
Big map, all right.
Great. My favorite. Ginormous maps.
So, what do you all want to do? Up ahead, you can see a turn. You can already see some sort of machine at work. Looks like a large copper polygon of sorts with canisters and tanks, all made out of brass. Large crystals illuminate from the tops. Electrical currents flow from all around it, wreathed around them. And there is a floating magical hologram display on the side of some sorts. Some stairs leading up to a room of sorts. The sewer piping, half pipes going up and down. Looks like there's a pool larger over here. This is where a lot of the commotion is coming from as well. Men grunting and yelling. And the sight of a well-armored individual, probably one of the mercenaries that was mentioned. I'll go ahead and show you a picture of what he looks like. Wow, I just totally wrong way. Here we go. They are wearing this very heavy scale armor. What's the dominating feature about them are their heavy white scars around their necks, the thick chainmail underneath the plate armor already, and the large sort of medium tower shields and long swords, or sort of bastard swords. Each of these individuals are very large statured people. They sort of look like half orcs, orcs, or even Goliaths. At least the main composition of these mercenaries would most likely be. Let me see up here. This is a cult leader. At least that's what it looks like.
All right.
Okay.
So I think that we all have the understanding that it's not necessarily that we have to just capture this person. I think we should stop them from escaping. So if we can, let's smash the boats into each other.
Okay. How?
I don't I don't have that level of magic, so I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Probably not. We'll
I
see.
think I definitely think that if we can, stealth is our best option for now. Also,
Can-
Sterling, what the hell is that thing? I point to the.
I don't know what to fucking tell you, but I don't know. Heroes are weird shit all the time. Probably something that blows up or turns someone into something else. I don't know. Maybe just sets traps. They were talking about that. So
Actually, if you want to make a perception check, Sterling, actually, you don't have to make a perception check. Make a Arcana check.
all right.
Actually, your choice: Arcana or History.
The same. So
Okay.
we'll just do Arcana. It was 8. So
Nailed it.
Well, you definitely know it's some sort of magical device. You don't know what, but it's some sort of magical device. It looks like it holds something inside.
maybe it's like a golem or something. I don't know. They had a brass golem before. It's kind of what it looks like. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
That's the only think of.
So don't let
Uh,
anybody get to it.
I wouldn't go near it. It looks weird and magical. I don't have to deal with it. That's good.
Okay. Sounds good.
I can sneak ahead and scout a little because I'm feeling very confident in my abilities right now, considering the magic you do to me. So,
Well, you have to stay within 30 feet of me.
do I? I thought it was just
Mm-mm. It's anybody
okay.
that's within 30 feet of me.
Well, then
So I
you
have
and
to go
me
with you.
go. Yeah. Okay. Well, we could both go. I could probably do it without it as well. I mean, I'm pretty confident in my stealthing, but it's up to you.
I thought I wasn't in charge of plans anymore.
All right, it's up to me. I'll go ahead.
Because you know what my plans usually are. I'm just.
Jump off a building.
There's no buildings in here, so my plan won't work.
All right, I
Fair.
will.
I have two modes: stand there or jump off the building. I mean, if you can, I can walk a little bit up with you. If you can just peek around the corner and see what the hell's on the other side to know what we're dealing with and stay out of that guy's line of sight. Technically, let me see here. All I would have to do is move here and you would still have the bonus to your thing, your stealth right here. So you could make it to the back of these barrels right here, and I could just stand right here. You would get the bonus, and so would everyone else. At least to go peek around the corner and see what's going on. Are you muted?
Oh, we're talking to me?
No, I was talking to
Oh.
Roman.
Sorry. Yeah. That sounds good then. So
Okay.
you move
Yeah.
first, and then I'll move behind you.
I'm gonna move. Make sure. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move right here. You should be able to move all the way up to here and still get the bonus.
Where did my guy go? That's up to you. I'll sneak over to there.
Make a stealth check for me.
Oh god.
Plus
Oh,
10.
30.
Yeah.
Oh god.
30.
That's sleight of hand.
Oh, it's the same stat.
Okay, yeah.
Plus 13. So, I mean, I'm gonna go if you want. But
30, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, give me a second. All right. You're at that angle, so technically. Big man. What have I done?
What have I done? You really like dungeons, Mike. That's what you've done.
I do. I do.
And dragons.
Because it's 3 of them. It's interesting.
It's almost what in
Oh,
the
God.
absolute sassy molassie is going on right here?
You got trebuchet in here? What's going on?
It's actually a crane.
Yeah. Oh, shit. What is that?
Mm,
Okay.
So, Sterling, as you hide behind this these barrels, you see a massive crane literally built within the basin of this sewage water reservoir. There are supplies everywhere, weapons stashed, valuables, and others, paperwork, scrolls, books, tomes. A lot of stuff is here, and a lot of them are being packaged rapidly by various hunters, even some of the mercenaries some of the mercenaries. For you, Sterling, you can see up ahead. You have a guard up here, a bunch of guys over here as well. It looks like the complex is even farther. The one thing that draws your attention is one, there is a massive magical platform over here. Um, it's basically like several rods stuck through or they're stabbed or impaled into the reservoir below. They're holding like saucer like platforms, and there are magical thin bridges connecting each of these platforms. In the center is this massive canister or a tank of sorts. It's enclosed. It's you can't see what's inside it, but there's definitely something inside, some sort of liquid or something. Who's to say? Upon closer inspection upon these installations on the left side, you actually can faintly see through the crystal windows above, and you see the face, a visage of a mechanical humanoid face of a woman. It's black on top, or black on bottom, gold on top, and this mechanical face that is very humanoid looking has these Aquila eagle-like wings for ears. It's sort of closed, its arms are crossed in this sort of sarcophagus, and it looks like it's being charged up or recharged by electrical. You can see that there are some pylons on top. They look like crystals charged with lightning. So there's a lot going on here. Oh, you also see 2 large vats of refined Onzor liquid. It looks like they're being cooled in the sewage water reservoir over here. There's just a lot going on, but you hear a lot of the commotions happening on the far side of this complex. You can hear the yells of like, "Get this going! We need to get this on the ship, on the boats out into the bay." That's what you hear.
Okay. I will step back over to.
Sterling, the one thing that actually I think you should be more appalled of and aware is that this is a huge operation, and you remember vividly destroying the castle in Bofgard, and that was a large installation. It is disheartening to see that the Imperials are still back at it, and they're still throwing a bunch of resources into this. Like I said, it's disheartening because this Blankina has returned stronger with more resources than ever. You can only imagine wherever this hideout is, just how dangerous this is going to be. And you're just hoping that Biz isn't there. Or
Is
maybe you do.
that mechanical person? Is it? Can I make a perception check to see if they're a warforged or if they're just like a clockwork person that's being charged?
You can definitely make an Arcana check with advantage because you can easily tell the difference. You can tell the difference for sure. You're not close enough to see it from here.
I crit, so 25.
That is definitely a clockwork. At least it looks like a clockwork. It doesn't look like a Warforged at all, unless it's a new model or something of a new experiment. Definitely clockwork for your knowledge right now from here.
Good. Okay. I'll go back to Ox and then I'll sort of relay on everything I can see.
Yeah.
And it seems to be a clockwork person up there. It's being charged up, so And it sounds like they're really trying to get out of here right now. So there's multiple things of liquid Onzor, like pure Onzor, that's being cold. There's 2 more of those mechanical things, and the big crane. A lot of just supplies everywhere. There's a weird mechanical platform over there. I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but
So, you want to go in axes blazing, or do you want to try to sneak in and get around all of this?
I think maybe it's best we try to sneak in, because I think if we go in right now, I think that mechanical thing is going to wake up and it's going to attack us. And
Okay.
it sounds all these people are prepared to attack. So maybe I think this path above here, we can sneak back past this person or take him out. We might be able to go up and around. I'm not sure exactly what the layout of this place is, but if we can, that'd be good. Because
I mean,
it's full of people in there.
it's worth a shot to try to make it up past that. So if we can find a way to get past them without them seeing us, and avoid setting off whatever the hell those machines are.
Yeah. So let's try to sneak up past here if we can. And we should try to be quick, though. I don't think we got tons of time.
All right, let's do
sit
it.
around.
I've only got a limited amount of time on this ability anyway, so let's go.
Okay.
We'll get everyone. We'll start moving up.
Okay,
I guess
so-
we're gonna be moving up this direction.
Sure.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Golina will go in the middle. She'll go in the water. Stay close. So I'll just go ahead and just move people up, getting ready for next week, as we will go ahead and end things here as the Sandstormers bring in their large support assault party to find a way through, or by all means carve their way through to finding this officer, this Captain Alamiro, and hopefully extract information that would lead to the exact hideouts, as well as hopefully stopping any more supplies and other resources going to Blankina and her Imperial Divisio. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Woo! Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will be back, I believe. I don't think there's any off days coming up, but we should be back next Friday with Red Runners. So join us for that, and then obviously next Saturday for the thrilling continuation of What in the Hell Have We Done to Ourselves? City of Illumination. Bye-bye, everybody.